Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of the Masochist series. Credit to Cimo and Hossman for inventing the series. But first, would you like to make your Master Duel experience a whole lot better?
Are you ready to take your Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Play experience to a new level? The Untapped GG Companion is here for you. Use the deck tracker to know exactly what cards you have in your deck, and to go over any cards you aren't familiar with yet by hovering over them. It instantly updates when you draw a card, and automatically hides if you check your extra deck or graveyard. This is the perfect tool to help you master a new deck. The Untapped GG Companion also lets you import decks directly into the game in seconds. Copy any YDK or YDKE deck string, create a new deck in-game, click the Start Auto Import button, and let us take the wheel. Once the duel is over, check your win rate on your personal stats page. Brag among your friends and share your decks so they can import them into the game too. Start your path to master today by downloading the Untapped GG Companion at ygom.untapped.gg.
Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. This episode I think I'm just going to play the deck that we have already been playing just because I'm going to wait till we actually D-rank, and then if we D-rank then I'll change the deck. But until then I'm just going to continue to play this deck because it's actually been performing quite well. I think we're in Platinum 4 right now, or Platinum 3, well I don't know. But I think I'm just going to do this until we D-rank and then we'll switch up the deck. But so far it's been doing pretty well. Also, you should be hearing all new music because there's been a bunch of recommendations. If your recommendation doesn't make it in, some of you guys recommended like 10, 20 songs. Obviously, I got over, if I counted them all, probably over like 100 and something, total songs. You can't have them all in the show. It'd just be too many songs to include. But yeah, let's play this, and hopefully you guys enjoy the new music that's in the background of this. Alright, we just lost this coin flip, unfortunately, so let's get started. We've got a decent hand. We drew Photon Advancer again. Cosmic, Book Everything, Inari. We draw this card more than we draw, cards that actually help our deck, which is kind of sad. It really is. It's insane. Like, we draw this more than we draw, Forbidden Droplets, Torrential. There's been, I don't think I've seen Solemn Judgment in, 2 episodes, so it's insane to me. So there are cards that literally will just disappear for 2-3 episodes straight. He's going to summon Royal Magical Library. I don't know what he's playing. Could be Exodia. I don't know. Royal Magical Library. Maybe it's Exodia. He's going to probably summon Exodia. Not summon Exodia, but probably draw Exodia here. I haven't seen this variant. It's actually quite interesting. So he's got the swords. He's got Magician Souls. He's got Magical Mallet. Royal Magical Library. I've never seen this variant with Magician Souls. It seems pretty cool, actually. Because in theory, right, it deck thins and it draws 2 cards. It's not bad. We'll see what he's able to do. I mean, he's already kind of running low. He's going to do the Accursed, and then he's going to remove 3, draw, double summon. We'll see what he summons here. And then another Bamboo. What does this one do? I'm going to put a spell and equip another one. And he's going to re-equip. That was pretty smart. So he de-equips, re-equips. And these effects are once per turn. He's going to remove 3 spell counters, draw again. I want to say he's going to link into an Artemis. He's pretty deep into his deck. I mean, technically doesn't have a lot of Exodia pieces here, but he's going pretty plus, kind of impressive. He's going to get a Golden Bamboo Sword. That'll allow him to draw the 2. Put more stuff on this. We are kind of getting cooked right now. He's going to link now into Dugaris the time. And Dugaris is going to let him draw 2. It'll lose his draw phase, but he doesn't need a draw phase anyway. Unfortunately, we only have 1 hand trap, and that 1 hand trap is Ash Blossom. So it's a matter of getting it. He's going to discard the leg, telling me that he probably has a way to get more copies of it. Artemis, yeah, he's going to equip that to Artemis. He's going to send to draw 2. That card's pretty good. Wonder Wand, we haven't pulled it. Chicken Game. Monster Reborn. This is insane. We really are getting absolutely trashed right now. There's not much I could do. This is like I said, we do play a hand trap, but we only play 1 hand trap, so we don't see it. We have Ghost Bell, too. What else do we have? We have Ghost Bell, that. We have, weird hand traps, like the Max C that destroys all monsters. We have, that card, but it's just a very lackluster card, unfortunately. Yeah, he's probably going to draw Exodia here. He's got 3 count. He's going to draw 2. He's going to draw more draw cards. This is actually... I'm going to sit through it just because I think it's interesting to get Exodia, because I think it's just a cool way to win. If I get Exodia, I get Exodia. I think that's cool. He's going to discard some more pieces. It's because he has, what's it called? It'd be cool. If we had a DD Crow, that'd be awesome. DD Crow would be kind of a decent pull. DD Crows... It comes up against a lot of decks. The problem with DD Crow is we put DD Crow in our deck. Next game, we're playing Flunderies. But I guess DD Crow could be usable against Flunderies under certain circumstances. Usually not, but I mean under certain circumstances, it probably... Even that could come up. Alright, so they've drawn... They have 7 cards left in deck. There's the Monster Recovery card. Dark Factory of Mass Production is now back, so they're going to add those 2. We'll see if this is enough to have Exodia. I guess not. Still a little shocking. Into the Void. They better get it. I mean, they're discarding everything if they don't. Another chicken game. They're going to draw another one because it's the soft ones per turn. Let's see if they draw it. I don't know what else they've got left in hand. If it's not Exodia, they're going to draw 3, draw 3. And there's Exodia. We lose. But we lost to Exodia, so I can't even be mad. That's a cool way to lose, I think. I'm not particularly mad. This is the first time I think I've lost against Exodia in the entire like show. I don't think I've ever lost to it before. Like, people have used it and we've beaten them, but I think this is the first time we've actually lost to it. All right, we just won the coin flip, and it's not too bad, honestly. Our hand's pretty good, especially for going first. So we'll activate Shathana first. They don't seem to have certain hand traps, which is good. His name is You Lose. I think that's kind of cool. I think we just go for the Galaxy route so we can get all of our bricks out of the deck. Plus, Time Thief doesn't really do anything right now under these circumstances anyway. So I think we just go Photon. We'll play against Ghost Ogre right now. We'll play against Ghost Ogre, around Ghost Ogre, I should say, just in case they, for some reason, have something. We'll detach Shathana since it does have a graveyard effect. Add Eternal Galaxy to hand. And I think we just set, pass. I think this is good enough. It's really a pretty decent hand, and we just pass on this. We, again, as always, we'll do some stuff in the standby phase. We'll make some moves, but overall I think it's a pretty good hand. We have an out to various things. We have multiple negates. Solemn Warning. Like, this is a pretty good hand, so we'll target this. We'll see if our opponent has anything. They can imperm us, I guess. Actually, they can max C too, so we'll do that. And we'll summon Photon Man. One of the only, like, main extra deck, like, non-dragons that they have. Summon that. Activate this effect to search. Hopefully they ash it. I wouldn't mind that ash, because then we just bait an ash for no reason. They seem not to. Now we have a pretty good follow-up. So, yep, there we go. We've got Photon Advancer. Like I said, Photon Advancer is a decent follow-up. People were telling me to potentially remove him from the deck. I understand why somebody would want to remove Photon Advancer. It's weird that we brick on him, despite, like, it's weird when you draw him every single duel, but you don't draw, like Solemn Judgment. We literally will not see for, like, 3 episodes straight. It's like the weirdest thing ever. And then we'll draw him, like, 4 or 5 times in a row. It's incredibly odd. I think we've seen him in the last few episodes more than we've seen, like, our 3-ofs. We've seen him more than we've seen Barrier Statue, or 2-of. Last episode, we saw him more than Barrier Statue in our opening hand, which is, again, to me, is kind of bananas. They're gonna... Oh, Monarchs. Uh-oh. Well, that sucks. Stormforth. I guess our monster's getting tributed. Yep, there goes our monster. They did have a nice out. Vanity's Fiend. Oof. Yeah, I'm going to Solemn Warning that, because that'll stop me from special summoning. And our deck does now special summon, so I'm going to Solemn Warning that. They've used their normal summon, and now we can get back to our turn and start doing our thing, but that does suck. But what can you do, right? They're going to Kashtira Unicorn, the other dickhead. So we've got that and that. Kashtira Unicorn. Why did they summon Kashtira Unicorn first? And then Stormforth? Why did they... Yeah, I guess we Fiendish, because if we don't, then he just cooks us and he starts searching, and then he gets the spell card, and then he gets the monsters, and then we don't want that. So we'll just stop that. This is like my arch nemesis of the entire series. I haven't fought more cards than... It's crazy because this card is limited to 2. And I swear to you, every single time my opponent opens with this. Photon Advancer, Solemn Judgment. I guess we set the Solemn Judgment. We just set Photon Advancer. If they attack it, we just protect it with that. I'm setting it because next turn if I draw level 4, I can do something. But it does suck that they had, like, Stormforth, like, these weird-ass cards. These weird-ass cards. Yeah, why did he summon this and then... Why did he summon this and then summon this? That was such an odd, like, way to do that. He's going to send a Monarch, draw 2 cards. He's low on advantage, but I don't think I want to negate this because, I mean, he'll draw 2, but he still has a graveyard effect. I think I'll wait to Solemn on something else. Because this card, you can use both effects in 1 turn. It's really good. Pantheism. Gotta just hope he doesn't have anything too good. The good thing is Fiendish Unicorn does nothing. He's going to take our monster. I mean, I can negate this, but it'd be dumb. If he tries to tribute our 2 monsters, his monster and my monster, I just Solemn Judgment that, and then he loses that monster. But this is quickly slipping out of my hands, honestly. He's going to Mobius. I don't have a choice, because if he resolves this... Actually, I should... I mean, if I did let it slide, that'd still just be taking 24, so it's smart to do that. Now, I could protect my back row right now, but if he activated that, we send this, but we still take 24 every turn. He gets that giant body on board, so we don't want that. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna lose this, which sucks, because our opening was actually pretty good, and if they're playing like a normal human being deck, we probably would have won. But of course, they've got weird stuff, so like I said, Monarchs, Kashtira Unicorn after the Monarch. Why? Nobody knows. That was a very weird thing to do. Yeah, like, I don't understand the logic there. Why he summoned this second. That was weird. Alright, he's going to reveal 3. I have to give him a Tenacity of the Monarchs, which is the reveal 2400, add our Monarch Spawn Trap card, which does pretty much the same thing as the Pantheism does, but he gets to guarantee himself the Spawn Trap card. This is, again, unfortunate. Yeah, I really don't know why we always play against Kashtira Unicorn. We play against more Kashtira Unicorns than anyone anywhere in the world. I swear to you, I don't know how they do it. Every time I play against Kashtira, it's like 1,000,000% they're guaranteed to open Unicorn. Like, I don't even know what to do now. Like, do I even bother putting Endymion into play? If I put him into play, he just tributes and just wins. But I think I have to do this regardless, because if I don't, I just lose anyway. So I might as well do it, because if I don't put anything on the board, he just tributes regardless. So we'll put Artemis into play. And then we'll draw something. This is irrelevant because it's negated. We're going to activate Artemis. We're going to draw or add this dude. And then we're going to activate Endymion to destroy Artemis. Nope, no Decisive Battle of Goganda. Memories of an Adversary is pretty cool. I think I might keep that to steal his Monarch that he summons. But then I don't get... I mean, I have to do this because... Yeah, I have to do this. So I'm going to do that, set, and pass. I think, unfortunately, that's the best we've got. Like I said, he's got, what's his name anyway, so it'd be pointless for me to keep the other dude, the fire dude. It would be completely pointless, because he could just tribute it with Stormforth. Okay. Yeah, well, it's a good thing I have this card. Yep, Decisive Battle of Goganda. We're going to send Albulenitus. This guy is very, like, outrageously lucky. Like, he's like, I'm playing against an anime protagonist right now. Everything he needs gets drawn. It's kind of incredible, but this guy's name is 100% correct. You lose. We are about to lose. This is kind of outrageous. He's going to tribute. Yep. He's going to tribute our monster, Endymion. Hopefully he has one of the Monarchs that aren't so good and not one of the really good ones. He's going to be able to return a card. Top of the deck. I think this is where we lose. It depends on what he returns, but I think this is where we lose. If he returns Fiendish Chain, we just lose. We just absolutely lose. We'll see if he's smart enough to do that, though. He could return Goganda thinking something else. If he returns this, we lose. I mean, there's two right choices and there's one wrong choice. So we just have to hope that he makes the right choice. We have to hope that he makes the wrong choice. Yep, he's going to do that. That will unfortunately finish the game. I can't win now. Alright, so our opponent's going to attack us and we just lose. Yeah, that sucks. Like, we didn't even... I'm going to activate this, I guess, just to do my dailies, and then I'm going to take 2400 and lose myself. I'll go out on my own terms. But we're literally not even losing to, like... We're not even losing to the decks we should. We're not even, like, losing to Snake Eye and Yubel. We're losing to, like... what is that? Monarchs and Exodia. There's not a change in my deck that I can make to have prevented any of what just happened. Like... Sometimes I'll lose and people will just be like, oh, you have to make this, you have to change this and do this and take this card out. It's like, dude, there's nothing I could have done in that duel differently. It's just sometimes you're going to lose and there's nothing that you can do. Okay, this is what our opponents were playing. I didn't check the last time. This is the Exodia deck. I thought it was actually pretty cool. We use a little bit of the extra deck. I think it's pretty... Honestly, this deck is kind of decent for dailies. The problem with this deck is you basically have to go first and it loses to pretty much any hand trap. And you have to go first. I think that's the main two issues. Also, it's kind of got a lot of URs, honestly. This is SRs, SR, SR, SR. Like, this is kind of UR. This is kind of a high rarity deck. But I guess it does get dailies done, which is kind of interesting. But overall, I actually think this deck was kind of cool. Alright, next up, this is the You Lose opponent that we played against. He's playing Monarchs, and he's playing kind of like a classic Monarch. They still managed to open Kashtira Unicorn somehow. We also got cooked by this guy. Stormforth just really destroyed us this time. But this is an anti-meta deck in a lot of ways, so it's understandable that we would lose to a deck like this. Because it's actually, this is not anti-meta, this is anti-anti-meta. So this deck is very good against decks like our deck, which are built against meta decks. So this guy would probably have struggled with a regular meta deck, but this deck is like super effective against our deck, which is kind of like a weird combination of things. Because there's like, yeah, this is the anti-meta deck. This guy's like this deck was built to destroy us, like in every single way. He doesn't special summon. Barrier Statue wouldn't have stopped him. Time Thief wouldn't have stopped him. All his monsters are gigantic, and he doesn't special summon. 100%. I don't think there's. If we dueled 100 times, I maybe beat him like 10 times. Like that's how much this deck is built to destroy our deck. Alright, we just won another coin flip. Wonderful. Let's hopefully get something good, and we don't. We just draw 4 monsters and a Cosmic Cyclone, which is definitely not enough to do anything. I'm trying to see what I could do here. We can summon Curtain Raiser. We can get to 3 monsters. And, yeah, we can get to 3 monsters. 4 monsters. Yeah, we can get to Zorora. We can get to Zorora. Yeah, we'll try. We'll try something. Let's Curtain Raiser. Hopefully they don't have Max C, because if they do, we just lose this. If they have Ash, it's not the end of the world. But if they have Max C, we literally just lose the duel. Or we have, not that we lose, but we have to pass, and then they're going to have a 1-card combo because they have Ash Sleeve. So we'll just go with Curtain Raiser. We'll try to special summon this. Max C, so we lose. Yeah, this is... Remember when you guys asked me, you guys think this card should be in the game? I mean, you could just look at what's going on right now. Like, do you, like... Yeah, we literally cannot do anything. We just have to pass. I don't even know why I didn't set Cosmic. I'm an idiot. But, I mean, I don't think there's anything that we can really do here. I should have set Cosmic, obviously, but... Now he's going to have some extremely important continuous spell card that I'm not going to be able to stop. Harpies. It's not the end of the world. I guess it's Harpies. Damn it. Why didn't I set the Cosmic Cyclone? And, fuck. Why didn't I set the Cosmic Cyclone? Now he's going to be able to... Because then I could have banished the Elegant Egotist, which is really good against Elegant Egotist on activation. This is one of those situations where it's like, we're not losing to Harpies. We're losing to Max C. Because if we had set up... the... Like, I would have summoned... What would I have summoned? I probably would have summoned Zorora and Photon Man. Or I would have summoned Time Thief plus Photon Man. Or Dragite plus Photon Man. That's what I probably would have summoned. That's probably what I would have set up. But now it's like... It's not even a possibility. We'll see what happens now. We'll draw Fairy Tale Snow, another monster. And he's gonna Harpies, Featherstorm. More fun cards. I guess, yeah, it happens. Nothing I can do. So I can't activate monster effects. I mean, if I do, they're negated. But all of my monster effects are negated. And again, I'm in this weird situation where I've got to do something, but I can't do anything. This is one of the more unfair duels that we've played, honestly. And unfortunately, okay, so the good thing is a lot of these are summoning conditions. So we'll go with Fairy Tale Snow first. I think we'll go to Fairy Tale Snow. And this is going to be negated, but I might as well... Hold on. Okay, I'll activate it just in case my opponent has an Imperm and, you know, doesn't realize and uses it. So we'll activate this. Nope, my opponent doesn't respond. It gets negated. We already knew that. We'll special summon an Ari Fire. And then I think the sad thing is we actually have to go into... I think we actually go into Time Thief and just pass. I honestly think that is the best play right now. And then next turn we can actually summon other stuff. So we'll go Time Thief, pass. Summon it right here. Like I said, I can't activate monster effects. They'll just be negated. I don't even know what this face down card is. We just set this and we just pass. Unfortunately, this is what we have to do. Like I said, if it wasn't for that Maxi, this would have been a very different duel. But like, what are you gonna do, right? It's Yu-Gi-Oh. Maxi is just in it. Like you have to just exist. You have to survive. Did this guy even attack us too? That's a great draw. That's a great card off the top there, because now we know he's gonna have less copies of that. Did he even attack? Elegant Egotist? Okay, I'm definitely going to Cosmic this. His Elegant Egotist can be a very annoying card, so I'm definitely going to target and banish this, because then he doesn't get the on-field effect or the graveyard effect. He's going to target our Time Thief. Now I'm going to respond. Now if he has an Imperm here, it really does suck for us, but we'll see. Hopefully he does not have an Imperm. If he does, that's life. I mean, again, we can't really get bent out of shape over this stuff. That's good. So we'll detach the Harpies Feather card, and we'll detach Snow, and then we'll be able to send this to the top of the deck. So this will get sent away. This will get banished. He won't be able to search, and he's got one card face down, 2 cards in hand. I don't know what they are, and he's gonna scoop. That's insane. Literally, we should have lost that game. It was just so completely lucky. If he was playing like any of the usual 1-card combo decks, we would have absolutely got cooked there, but he's playing Harpies, and he was playing kind of a pure deck from what I probably think. Okay, this is what our opponent was playing in their Harpy deck. It's a Harpy rank 7 spam deck with code 0 day. We have that. We don't have this card. I don't think we do. Actually, we do, right? If it says 1 there. Yeah, we do have this card. Because if it says 1, that means you own it. Yeah, we have 1 of that card. Very interesting. Very interesting deck. I think the whole point of this is just the rank 7 package. Go into the Tomahawk and then set up this big board with Tomahawk. We got really lucky that he didn't draw 2 level 7s. Or he didn't draw like Chandler plus a Harpy, because then he would have just had access to Tomahawk, and then he would have summoned probably a pretty insane board. With that full board, especially with the day 0, you could easily have ended on like a Crusader Avermax, the Bird of Sovereignty, summon whatever he wanted to, the Mist Valley Apex Avion. Yeah, his hand was a little off. Maybe he should have just made a Baguska. I don't know. This was a little bit weird, but like I said, Maxi really almost lost us that game. Okay, let's open a Master Pack. Finally, our first Master Pack of this episode. Sometimes you go on a little losing streak. It happens. There's nothing you can do. You just gotta. Suffering is a part of the challenge, and it's a part of life. So there's nothing you can do. Gamma the Magnet Warrior, battery 9-volt, our second copy. Amazement, special show. I don't think I can really do anything with that. You gotta be kidding me with these repeats. Star Seraph Sovereignty is decent. It is decent, but it can only summon an XYZ that uses 3 or more monsters. We do have the monster that usually gets summoned off of this, which is 3 level 4s, but this package is kind of okay. We've got another repeat Jolt counter, a new card, Hazy Flame, though, so unfortunately it is a Hazy Flame. Let's see, what does this do? Let's just make sure. Once per turn during either player's turn, send a fire monster, except this card from your hand, face up to the graveyard. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. This is one of those decks where it's like we pulled 1 of it. Even if we had 3 of every card, would that be better than the deck that we're playing right now? Probably not. Battle Wasp, another repeat, and last card is Trap Stun, which is new, and it's decent. Negate all other traps on the field this turn. Pretty cool in Edison format, pretty cool against trap decks, but honestly, the only trap deck that's really popular right now is Labyrinth. And with this card, without this card, we're probably still losing to Labyrinth. I don't think Trap Stun is gonna it's going to change the game for us. So it's nice to pull a super, but I don't think it's really usable. And again, a lot of repeats, which more repeats than anything. It really tells you or shows you how far we've been playing into this challenge. All right, guys, we just won the coin flip. This is a solid hand. Yeah, this is a really solid hand. Just depends on what they're playing, but we'll see. They can hand trap us here. It'd be fine. They could have just chained, this to D-Fisher, so I don't really care. Yeah, we just go Endymion. I think we just do the Endymion route. We see what happens. If he max seizes, by all means, we literally have no monsters anyway. I don't care. We have nothing else to special summon, so if he max seizes here, I am A-okay with it, honestly. He's going to imperm. That I didn't see coming, I'm not going to lie. I didn't see the imperm coming on our Endymion. But technically speaking, I don't know, is that even the right imperm against Magistus? I actually don't think it is. I think you imperm Renola. Because I have been playing Magistusly. I guess you would, yeah, I think Renola is probably the better target for that. But our hand looks pretty solid. Now, I will say, if they have one of the unholy cards, and you know which ones I'm talking about, if they have those, we're fucked. But we'll see. Hopefully they don't. We didn't draw any of our protection. You gotta always, we're screwed if they have one of those cards, but we'll see. We'll see if they have them. Right now, it's looking pretty good for us. They're probably, I mean, from their various stuff, they're probably playing Snake Eye. I literally was just about to say it. From their various things, they're probably playing Snake Eye. I think, what does this do? A Snake Eye Spell Trap. I think we don't allow that. I think if we stop this now, what Snake Eye Spawn Trap are they going to add? Probably, well, Subversion's annoying, Original's annoying, Temple's annoying, they're all annoying. I think we stop this, and then if they continue, then we hit them with the there can only be one. That's perfectly fine. I think this is good enough. We do this, and next turn we have a slew of plays we can make. We don't have to worry about this. So we stop Poplar, the greatest Yu-Gi-Oh card ever printed. And now we have there can only be one to follow up with. So if he links it away, cool. And then we have there can only be one. Yeah, he could make a Linkaribo here. We did stop Poplar to some degree. As I said, Linkaribo, this piece of shit gets banished, so he's gone. So if he continues to play, we have there can only be one. So this, no matter what, is not going to be a fun game for our opponent here. We have two cards that are very good against his deck. I'm not even going to activate this yet until I really need to. Like if they commit to something. Tiamaton. That's a good draw. I don't think I even want to pop anything. I think we just go... I think we just go Endymion. Yeah, because this dude's a quick effect regardless. So I think we just go Endymion. See if they have like an Imperm or something in response. They don't, which means this is probably some kind of useless back row. We'll go Artemis, and we'll activate Artemis. And we'll do something with Artemis here. They're going to Ash the Artemis search. Okay. Okay, that's not the end of the world. I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. They Ash the Artemis search. Honestly, I think we just enter the battle phase with... I think we summon this dude out, and we enter the battle phase. I'm not going to pop the Artemis to draw, because there's no point. We get nothing out of it. It'd be an idiotic thing to do. I think we just go to battle phase. We can also make the Galaxy Photon dude, which actually isn't terrible. But I kind of want to leave... Nah, because the monster effect negate's pretty good. Also, Time Thief's pretty good. But regardless, first I'm going to attack no matter what. So we go to battle phase first. We'll attack over this. He'll make our attack 0, but we'll still get in for 2k. He already ashed us. He didn't imperm us. This tells me it's not imperm. This is fine. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Like I said, that doesn't replay attack. No point. 0 attack. Let's just attack over this. I kind of want to put a monster negate on board, but honestly, I really don't even need to. My hand's really... I mean, my board's really, really good, and I do kind of want to search next turn. If I search, then I can go into... Actually, that search would be kind of pointless anyway. I think the smarter thing to do is probably to go into the Galaxy Photon. But I just got to make sure I don't play into Nibiru number-wise. Yeah, I'm not playing into Nibiru, so I'm good. Yeah, Galaxy Photon, man. I think we just go into this dude. Use these two. Summon it right here. Clear up some zones for ourselves. And then we'll activate this effect. Again, he already ashed us, so I'm not stressed about Ash. Put this in Graveyard because we want to put a water there just in case we make a Dragite. And we'll add Eternal Galaxy to hand, yes. And we'll set that. That's pretty good. So now we're going to have a monster negate, can't be destroyed by card effects. And we have 3 floodgates. Pretty awesome. One that we haven't even activated yet, so our opponent doesn't even know about. Which obviously is very, very good. So now we go Eternal Galaxy. and level ourselves up into the bigger monster. Photon Galaxy, Lord Man in defense because he's got like 1 billion defense, which is really awesome about him. And then we immediately search if we can. He could also have something here. I mean, I don't know what was the pause there. I mean, maybe he's got Call By. I think Call By is probably what he has. So we can add a Photon. I like doing this effect early because I don't want to mix stuff up either. So we'll add this, and that gives us a pretty decent follow-up, honestly. Because he gives us ourselves 1,000. Somebody was saying that it gives this card 500. I don't know what gives this card 500, but somebody was saying that before. We're going to go Poplar to do this. I think we just negate Poplar. It worked last time, right? Let's not do more things that... Yeah, let's just activate it. Hopefully it works. Hopefully they don't have triple tactics. Hopefully they don't have triple tactics, but we do have the... There can only be one if they do have triple tactics, so at least we have something here. So we'll negate this. It doesn't destroy, but it does negate. And we'll see what else he can do. Yeah, he's going to pass. So he's probably just going to end on this. I love when like a meta deck starts setting 3. It's like, dude, I know you don't have... I know there's not a Storming Mirror Force back there. You know, it's like, you're a meta deck. There's not... you know, it's not... There's not going to be some, like, unbelievable bad. They start setting like, oh no, I mean, I don't want to run into something too crazy. Like, I know there's nothing, we don't have enough for game. We could pop back row, but we can go Sue Ship, actually. Yeah, we could go Sue Ship. Like, do I need to go Sue Ship right now? I mean, I guess I could pop some of this stuff, but I think they're all bluffs anyway. And I think with this card on field, I think we're good. I think we just attack. Just in case he has some kind of small boost, we'll go with Advancer. Not that it matters. Again, I love when the meta decks try to do the 2003 bluff. It's like, yeah, you definitely have Mirror Force back there. It's definitely not a Call by the Grave, and it's definitely not that stuff. So main phase 2, I think it's hard to pass up a Time Thief main phase 2, just because he dodges stuff. So I really like that about Time Thief, is that he dodges stuff. And if he dodges stuff, we can start grabbing things off the top of his deck, making his life complicated. That's all very good. So now we just end phase here. We obviously couldn't want Sue Ship and pop this stuff, but again, I think they're all just bullshit cards that don't really have a beneficial aspect here. So we'll just activate Time Thief, grab another card. We still have another monster negate, which is pretty good. We'll get a monster. It's Infect Veiler. Useless, but useless for him too. He's going to set a monster. Okay. Again, this guy's fighting till the end. I actually kind of respect it, because most meta players, like, they see, like, a Floodgate or a Barrier Statue and they're just gone. But this guy is actually fighting. That made things so much more difficult for him. We'll activate Time Thief. And we'll grab another... Like, what are the chances? 2 Poplars, double effect failure. We'll activate this just in case he's got a Mirror Force. We'll entertain the foolishness. We'll entertain it, but obviously he's not going to have that. So we'll go to battle phase, and we'll attack over his face down monster, which is definitely not going to be a mystical elf. So let's see. Yeah, that was a very funny bluff at the end. Like, it's like this guy's got meta sleeves, a meta field. He's got bonfire as his thing. He's playing Snake Eye. He sets 3 and as if he's going to have something for us. All right, let's see what we've got here. Let's two cards in Gorgon's Eye, which we can't use. But 2 legacy tickets, cool. All right, here's what our opponent's playing. Again, as I said before, the bluffs were hilarious. Like, I don't even... Actually, he had a Solemn Judgment. I guess it could have been a Solemn down there. It could have been... I don't even know what else he could have had. Maybe, like... What else could he have had? Probably Call Buys, like I said. It's probably Call Buys. Maybe 1-for-1, because he can't send a monster if Dimensional Fissure's on the board. Maybe it wouldn't have been this, because he would have activated. But same thing with this. He would have activated it. Interesting stuff. Maybe he had this card, but again, just all bluffs. It wasn't going to be a real card. All right, this is exciting. We just beat Snake Eye, the best deck in the game, other than, well, Yubella's better against us, but Snake Eye is better in the game generally. But we got an ultra rare in here, so we'll see what it is. We've got Spiral Reborn, which is a reborn for dragons. I can sometimes use it. Dance Princess, I don't think I can ever use this. We've got Neos Wise Man. I don't think I can use this. There is a fusion, but I don't think I'm going to be using it. Phantom Knights. Level 3, it's not a terrible card, but I don't really need this. Under here, hiding is a Silent Swordsman level 7. It couldn't have been a less useful card. This card cannot be normal summoner set, must be special summoned by Silent Swordsman level 5, which I don't believe we have, and I think it's a super rare, right? I think it's a super rare. Silent Swordsman level 5 is a regular, so he might have it, but it just levels up. And the only thing this card does, it's unaffected. It negate all spell effects on field. That is actually not a bad payoff. Maybe. I mean, that's really not a bad payoff. The thing is, we don't have like a convenient way to summon this monster. This is unaffected by spells. I guess we'd have to, during your next standby phase after this, inflicts damage to your opponent. It's mad slow. This card should not be an ultra rare. This is just a travesty. And if you're going to make this card an ultra rare, put it in the legacy tickets. This does not deserve to take an ultra rare slot. In the Ninjutsu Art of Duplication, cards for black feathers. Banish a Blackwing monster, draw 2 cards, not terrible. And then let's see what this super rare is. It is a extra hero Cross Crusader, which is a great card in heroes, like one of the best heroes of all time. But in terms of links, it's the best hero link of all time. But unfortunately for our purposes, it's useless. This is really a letdown. Like this, I think we can all agree, as cool as this card is, and I used to use, I think this is from a video game, I used to use, I don't remember what level monsters. I used to use the armed dragons, and I like the gimmick, and I think it's cool, but this should not be an ultra rare under any circumstance outside of the legacy ticket. This is the most legacy ticket card I've ever seen in the history of the world. This should not be a regular UR. Alright, so we just won a coin flip, and our hand is looking just okay. Again, we see Photon Advancer more than we see other cards. It's actually kind of outrageous. There's a 12.5% chance of us opening him. There are cards like Barrier Statue that, in theory, we should have like a 30-40% chance of seeing, and we never see them. It actually, it baffles me. Like, I have no idea why that's the case. But life is life. Like, I literally, I couldn't tell. Mathematically, it really doesn't make sense that we see this guy more than the Barrier Statue. We'll activate Curtain Raiser. We'll summon it. And I think we just go Roachka. Hopefully, we get something useful here. We'll activate that. Like I said, it mathematically does not add up in any way. We'll summon out. We'll use the effect of Roachka, so he'll gain 500 and he'll give us a free card. He'll pick. We'll see what he picks. Hopefully it's just 3 floodgates and he picks one of them. But in theory, you know, we really shouldn't be seeing Photon Advancer more than we see the Barrier Statue. We should be seeing the Barrier Statue far more. It's a 40 card deck. It doesn't make sense. It really, the math just doesn't work. I don't know how that, I don't know how it works. And I've built other decks on my main account. It happens all the time. I'll level 1 of, I'll see like 8 out of 10 duels, and then I'll have a 3 of that's just like, dude, I know it's in there. Where's it been? Did I forget to put it in? It's like, you really do have those thoughts sometimes. It almost doesn't make sense. We really do see this card more than we see some of our other cards. That was a smart card to give us, actually, Shathana, because we can't do much with it. Now I think the Monster Negate is probably the way to go. They probably have Imperm, if I'm being honest. They probably have Imperm or something. I think we just summon this here. And yeah, I think we just summon this here. That should be good. Like I said, I think they might have an Imperm. We'll detach. Doesn't matter who, but we'll detach this. It doesn't matter because either way, you know, he's going to affect Veiler. He's probably, I want to say, probably playing Blue Eyes, if I had to guess. Now, what sucks is, I think we just pass on this, and next turn we can make something else. But I think, because we can special summon Advancer, but we don't have a link to that really matters. So I think we just end on this right now. And the Moon Mirror Shield is good as a follow-up. If he's playing Blue Eyes, again, it's if we opened... What sucks is, again, he's playing Blue Eyes. If we had opened the Barrier Statue, or even this deck, even Ice Barrier, if we had opened the Fire Barrier Statue, which we play 2 of, instead of Photon Advancer, which we play 1 of, and the Moon Mirror Shield, we would have just absolutely won this game. Like, there's not a shot. We would have just won. Effective Veiler wouldn't have mattered. You can only use it on your opponent's turn anyway. So we would have just won this duel 100% guaranteed, and now we're probably going to end up getting comboed and probably losing here because Ice Barriers float really, really well, especially the Synchros. And when the Synchro dies, you can summon the other Synchro that can banish like 3 cards on the field. So I think we're getting cooked here, and it's unfortunate because this is this is the same reason that we cut the Fusion card. We had the Fusion Substitute card. We ended up cutting it, and we ended up cutting it because of these exact reasons, because we saw it too much. And this is, again, it's a situation that really shouldn't be happening. We should be seeing this card 1 out of 8 duels, but we see it like 4 out of 8 duels, which mathematically it just doesn't add up. But what can you do? I guess let's do one of our questions. This is the question segment. So you can ask me questions while our opponent's comboing off. I can answer those questions because in reality, we've seen a lot of these combos a lot of times, and this is going to take quite some time because he's playing ice barriers. But somebody asks me, what do I think of the small Yu-Gi-Oh clip that they did, or the 25th anniversary anime clip? This is where, if you haven't watched it, this is where they basically created a montage of different Yu-Gi-Oh archetypes doing all types of different things. You had like the Blue Eyes archetype, and with Maiden you had the Albaz stuff, you had Sky Strikers. And do I think there should be an anime, or kind of maybe like an anime based on the lore of some of that stuff? So that's a good question. That's a very good question. So the answer is probably yeah. I'd love to see like a World Legacy movie, or even like an Ice Barrier movie, or World Legacy movie, an Ice Barrier movie, or a Fallen of Albaz movie. They already made a manga for Sky Strikers, which I haven't read. I'm not a huge fan of Sky Strikers, but yes, I think that would be really cool. A feature-length film, a Fallen of Albaz, sounds really interesting. Can you imagine like a full lore breakdown of like Ecclesia dying and like all of that stuff that happened on those cards? It would be insane. It'd be like its own full anime. Fleur de Lis dying. Now we draw him. Now we gotta hope that's not an imperm. We should have seen him earlier, let's be honest, but better late than never. Let's see. Okay, what does all this stuff do? If you control Ice Barrier, special summon this card, blah, blah, blah. Okay, not any floodgate effect. This one floats, but if we have Moon Mirror Shield and and the Barrier Statue, he's not floating into anything. Once per turn, neither player can activate spell cards until the end of the next turn while this monster is on the field. That really sucks. So basically this card is like anti-spell. We're going to have to stall it out, but it's possible that we win this, but we're going to have to stall a little bit. That sucks. Playing against essentially anti-spell. Anti-spell going max. We can't win. We can't win. We should have won this duel. Realistically, this should have been a win for us. Like straight up, I should have won this duel. And then he's going to summon Ice Barrier. I should have won this duel, but this is some dumb shit where I draw. It mathematically, it doesn't add up, but this is just really annoying. And now Raiho, I can't do anything about him. Time Thief, Raiho. Raiho's annoying because I'm going to have to discard every single time. If I do this, he's going to... actually, we might have something here. We might have something. Okay. We might have a few tricks up our sleeve. I think we set Moon Mirror Shield. We activate Tiamaton. We blow up this column here. Yeah, we blow up this column. We have no choice. We have to keep special summoning because this is life. We have to blow up this column. Hopefully this resolves because that will allow us to finally activate Moon Mirror Shield. Because if we activate Moon Mirror Shield, I think there's a shot in hell we win this duel. If we can activate Moon Mirror Shield. If we don't, then I think we lose. But I think there's a shot we win this. I don't think the percentage is very high. The percentage is about as high as as what is supposed to be us drawing Photon Advance. So that's how not high this is. Discard a card to prevent negation. Yes, I do, because General Raiho will make me discard Photon Advance. So that's fine. This card's really good, by the way. And then we just go Ice Barrier, Fire Barrier Statue, trigger Moon Mirror Shield, put it onto the Fire Barrier Statue, and now we start attacking over some of these suckers. So we'll attack over this dude, and hopefully they don't draw anything too good. Do we crash with this dude, Georgios? If we don't crash with him, he will just attack over it next turn anyway. So we might as well just crash the two of them. And then we will main phase 2. And we will exhale and hope that's enough. Let's hope this is enough. He's got Effect Veiler, but I don't know if he's got Imperm. If he has Imperm, this may not go very well for us. He can negate monster effects on the field. That's not relevant right now because we have the Fire Barrier Statue. Fire Barrier Statue, in theory, is supposed to be good against this deck, but we shall see. We drew a very monster-heavy hand. We drew one Spell Trap card. Not enough. But it's fine. It's fine. Because right now we're in a pretty decent position. I don't even know how we squeezed that one through. That was incredible. Ice Barrier. I'm trying to remember if they have like a main deck out to a Fire Barrier statue. I actually don't know. So they just need like a targeting destruction. If they just have like a targeting destruction, they should be able to beat us. We'll see what this is. That guy looked like he was a level 5, and that will not be summoned right now. I mean, I guess he can tribute it and then summon it. He can dig for like a imperm. That's probably his best bet. If I'm him, I'm banishing 6. I'm digging for an imperm, because then you just set imperm and wait back to the other turn. See, I'm not banishing 3. I'm banishing 6. Yeah, that's fine. All that stuff doesn't threaten us. That's fine. They're good cards, but they just don't threaten us. Ash Blossom's fine. All that stuff's fine. He's going to add the girl that they use in sprites now, the Mirror Mage. And again, this summons Ice Barrier tokens. I think, yeah, now he's on the defensive. Good for us. Very good for us. Target one Ice Barrier, add it to your hand. He gets to recycle something. We got to go on offense next turn, definitely, if we can. The thing is, this dude isn't doing much for Chthana, but it's defensively, it's okay. It's a lot of defense. 2,000 defense, not bad. I don't even know what this is. General Raiho's just going to attack over the Chthana. And yeah, that Chthana's gone. Could we really need to draw some kind of Battle of Golgonda, I think, would wrap this up. That would seal their fate. Oh, that's not bad. That against this deck, it really is kind of trash though, because they have Ice Barriers are all over the place. So against his deck, it's kind of useless because they have spellcasters and everything. By the way, we did 300 because he had higher defense than attack. That doesn't happen very often. So we'll just set this pass and go back to his turn. Yeah, they're all over the place. This card actually doesn't really help that much. They've got Wing Beasts and Warriors and Dragons and everything. Now, one thing is their extra deck is full of dragons. So if they want to enter the extra deck, then there can only be one actually does cook them. Now, we just need to draw more monsters, go on the offensive, high-level monsters. Fiendish Chain's not terrible. Again, Battle of Golgonda, and this game's over. But right now, this isn't a terrible. We're considering where we started. I think this is actually pretty decent. Okay, we will attack over Droll easily, even without. I should have maybe attacked the original monster, but I think they're all bluffs. I think they're all maxis and stuff like that. He's hoping to draw the out to the field, like some sort of singular out, Harpies Feather Duster type of thing. I think he's hoping to draw something like that, like a Harpies Feather Duster. Or like a Raigeki, and then he just outs us. But we really need to, like, absolutely need to draw Battle of Golgonda or some kind of protect. That's not bad, but I can't use it right now. Yeah, I cannot use that card right now. I think we just attack over the original. Let's go over the original one. We'll attack over that. It's the Ice Barrier girl. She's gone. That's fine. Add one Ice Barrier that is banished in your graveyard. That's fine. It's a nice recursion loop. You can add from deck to deck thin, which is also kind of scary. He's going to add back this card. And now we just end phase again. It's a very scary situation because we're one Harpies Feather Duster away from losing. Like if he draws Imperm, I think we can still do stuff. But if he draws, because if he does Imperm, then we can get Labyrinth Archfiend into play. I think we can get Fiendish Chain into play. We can get a lot of things into play, but if he just, I just see if this is an Imperm, we probably lose. All right, we really need to draw something. At the beginning of the duel, all we could draw was monsters. Now all we could draw was monsters we can't summon and spell trap cards. It's unreal. What is this deck mixing? Let's see. We'll just attack over this stuff. I'll attack over this monster. It really doesn't matter again which ones. They're probably hand traps or small monsters. So Droll was doing nothing against us anyway. We can't seem to get any advantage going here. Until we can summon multiple monsters, we can't win. But we opened every monster we had in our deck at the beginning of the duel. Now we're struggling to find a monster. Alright, he's going to summon this dude. He's not a major concern. Yeah, he can send a level 3 and then he can make this level that. I mean, if he's summoning this tells me that this is perhaps Imperm, but if it's fine. I'm going to wait till he maybe Synchro summons or something. So he's going to activate that effect to send from deck. Again, I think he's deck thinning to find some kind of counter to what we've got here. So he's just deck thinning, which is smart. Again, it's smart on his part. He's going to add an Ice Barrier card. Again, it's pretty smart. I could have Fiendish Chain this, but I don't think that actually benefits us in any way. He's going to Freezing Chains. That's another card that can let him summon from graveyard. Going to go to end phase. So he deck thinned again. Again, we're in a really... This is not... it seems like we're in a good situation, but we're really not, because we keep drawing these giant monsters or spells and traps. Like, it seems like we should be winning, but it's like the duel is just so out of order. We can't buy a monster right now. We really can't. We're going to go again to end phase. The good thing is we have a half-decent follow-up, because we've got the Labyrinth Archfiend and the Bestial, so we do have stuff to summon, and we can add back Iron Dragon, Tiamaton, and stuff like that. So it's not bad. Like, we're not terrible, but not seeing a monster for like 7 turns straight after only seeing monster is infuriating. All right, please something. Fairy Tale Snow. What else we've got? Somebody. Memories of an Adversary. The searchable card off of the Archfiend that we can't use because of our own barrier statue. But I guess it's not terrible because we can attack, we can pay life. I don't really want to even activate this right now because I really don't need to. Like, I don't even want to set this right now because I don't want to clog the zone just in case I draw a better card. I don't want to clog my own zone because that would suck. I think the scary part about all of this is, despite how much we've fought here, the chances of us winning are still probably like 50-50. Like, I don't know what his deck build has, but one Harpies Feather Duster kills everything. Okay, finally a monster that we can summon and we can attack with. Okay, wonderful. So we summon this, and we can finally go on the offensive. Finally. So we'll go battle phase. We'll attack over this because it's always going to be 100 over anyway, no matter what. So we might as well. And directly, it's only 1,000. Another Droll. This guy loves Droll. I don't know if this is the format for Droll either. He just kind of put them in there. It's like he was... I think... Did this guy, like, enter the wrong part of the game? Like, did he mean to enter... These are all water and wind cards. Did he mean to... Oh, no, he's got the effect veil. I was going to say they're all water and wind, but they're not, because he's got Maxi and stuff. But this isn't the greatest... Master Duel kind of sucks for Trolls sometimes. Because Imperm. Okay, we saw that coming. We do have other interruptions. That's the fine thing. We have other interruptions. We have Freezing Chain. We have There Can Only Be One. And we have other stuff. So we'll summon the Archfiend now. Why not? Why not? We'll summon the Archfiend. Maybe we should have set the Memories of the Adversary. Maxi is something else right now. That's fine. We do have multiple interruptions. So we've got Solemn Warning and we've got Fiendish Chain. I know what the Fiendish Chain and I know what the Solemn Warning. But this is good. We can finally be able to summon this. And we have Bestial Magnum. But again, they're drawing, so we have to be careful. We have to be careful. They are drawing right now. But what that says is we can protect our life points. That's the point. And he still has to attack over this, which is also good. So this is the card you definitely Fiendish Chain this card, 100%. This is not the card you Solemn, but this is the card you Fiendish Chain. So he's going to discard to, what is it, like summon an Ice Barrier from deck, but I don't even know how many of those he's even got left. So this is definitely the card you Fiendish Chain. He's got 12 cards left in deck. We'll see if he even has a target for this. Man, he's going to off this Ice Jade thing. This is an Aqua Spellcaster. This is a little bit annoying, but we could Solemn Warning this, but we could also... What level is the 2? Yeah, I think we can... There Can Only Be One this, so he can only summon... Yeah, we can only summon one. So we'll do that. Well, There Can Only Be One right now. He'll either summon... He'll summon it, but then when it hits the field, he'll have to choose between the... Ooh, the Imperm column. Ooh. Okay, it's fine. It's still fine because we can... It's fine because we can Solemn Warning. Yeah, that's negated, but it stays on field. It's fine because we can Solemn Warning whatever monster he actually does eventually summon. So that is actually fine. So whatever he decides to summon, which is probably going to be that water monster, the girl. It doesn't really matter what it is because we can still negate it. It doesn't really matter. Ice Barrier token. He's going to summon an Ice Barrier token. That's fine. I can't really interact with that anyway. But yeah, it's still fine because we can... whatever he chooses to summon, we can Solemn Warning. So that's fine. So I don't know if he waterlocked himself yet. If he did, he's gonna probably summon the Ice Jade or like the Ice Jade monster. If he hasn't waterlocked, probably something. It doesn't matter who is getting. It's getting Solemn Warning no matter what. This thing's not staying on board. It's gonna be the 0-day Trishula. The cool thing about Solemn Warning is it never hit the field. So depending on if it has a floating effect, it doesn't matter. if this synchro summon card is destroyed. But it was not synchro summoned properly because we negated the summon of it. So it was never actually synchro summoned. So that's pretty cool. So we negated that synchro summon, which is wonderful. So he never got to banish 3 of our cards. That would have been the end for us. So all we have left is these Fiendish Chain. We have Bestial Magnum at 2. And he's going to activate the freezing card. That's fine. Again, we do still have, at the very least, we do still have Fiendish Chain. So whatever he does eventually summon, he has to get past both Fiendish Chain and Moon Mirror Shield on a barrier statue. And then I don't think he's going to be able to wipe out our life points immediately because we do have some follow-up. Tribute 1 effect monster. Special summon up to 3 ice barrier tokens. That is too much. That is way too much. That is way too much advantage. I think we go Fiendish Chain and we Fiendish Chain this card. That is way too much advantage to not Fiendish Chain this card. So now we're relying on what's left. That is outrageous advantage. Tribute 1 other monster, summon 3 tokens. Yeah, I think we definitely Fiendish Chain that. And then, of course, this is now in the graveyard. He never actually used this effect. He already used the Freezing Chains. It's whatever these 4 cards that are left are. That is what settles this duel. Yep, he's going to activate this to special summon an Ice Barrier. Again, we're still fine, though. Like, I think we're still fine. We are still in a decent situation here. Because we do have Bestial Magnum. Bestial Magnum can at least protect our life points from any foolishness. Our life points are a little lower. They're 27. We got some weaker monsters on the field, but he'd have to summon a 3,700 attack monster. This is a tuner. This is a non. This is also a tuner. You got 2 tuners, and then he can summon back this chick. So he's definitely got plays. He can go into level 10. He's definitely 100% got plays here. But I think we're not in the worst situation either because we have Tiamat coming back. So we do have things that we can do also. Alright, yep, he's going to discard to special summon an Ice Barrier card, and he's going to banish that so he doesn't have to pay cost. That's fine. He's going to summon this little guy, the Hexa, which drops all of my attacks. That's a pretty good card. And now this is where he starts synchro summoning. He's going to go into Lancia, which is quite a good card. Yeah, Lancia is definitely a very good card. Now the thing is, if I special summon, Lancia will allow him to summon an Ice Barrier monster from his hand deck or extra deck or graveyard, which is pretty good. So I don't even know if I want to use this Bestial Magnum right now. It's a little dangerous. If your opponent special summons a monster, so that's really good actually. And now he's just going to scoop anyway. Yeah, he still can't get over the barrier statue regardless, even though he did all of that. It's next turn, I just win anyway. Wow, that was a nail biter. We started off with such a like an absolutely frustrating brick, but we ended pretty well. Three legacy tickets. All right, 3-game winning streak. Here's what we've got. We had a little multi-game losing streak, and then now we have a winning streak. Wonderful. And let's see what we've got here. Pretty standard-ish deck. I think this is like the deck that they would be playing in the festival, with a little bit different on the hand traps. Like I said, he didn't actually have a Harpies Feather Duster. His one out was this Infinite Impermanence. That was the only out that he had to the entire thing, but I think in the end, 14-card extra deck, weird again, but I think at the end he didn't really have an out, and we did banish this when we needed to, and that kind of killed the game for him. And he already used up Coral Dragon, so a lot of the things that he could have gone into, yeah, I don't think he really did have an out. The only way he could have outed us is probably go into regular Trishula, banish the barrier statue. I think he should have done that, but I don't know if he had the proper materials to do that. Regardless, we won. Okay, let's open up a master pack. Let's see what we got here. We got an ultra rare last time, but it might as well have been a common, honestly. Let's see what this stuff is. This card's not bad, actually. It can add a machine whose attack is equal to its own defense. I don't think we have anything. If we had Gizmek, this card would be sick. It really would. You can banish a card from the graveyard, target a machine in your graveyard whose attack is equal to its own defense, special summon it. Again, if we had Gizmek or Orochi, this card would be like really a great pull. Infernoble, Durandal, we already have. Ice Barriers, I don't even want to look at an Ice Barrier card right now. Specimen Inspection, one of the not-so-great fossil cards. Tier Limit Heartbeat is actually kind of like a generic removal for spell trap cards. You can send the card from your hand to the graveyard, but it has a cost. This card sent to the graveyard, target Tier Limit. Like, this isn't a terrible card, but I think we just got better stuff at this point. Harpy Lady, Elegance. It's not a great card. I don't know why I clicked on this before this, but whatever. This is a Link 3 that's pretty generic, but not types that we really use. And then bond between teacher and student, I really can't use it. I don't have either of these two cards. Yeah, this pack, other than this, possibly in the future, because if we pull Gizmek, it would be a decent card. But other than that, this is pretty much a dud. Alright guys, we unfortunately lost this coin flip, and it really extra sucks because this is a very going first hand, first of all. It's probably the most going first hand I've ever seen in my entire life. But what sucks even more is that we lost a coin flip, and this is our rank up game. So if we lose this, we have to, and this is not, or this is already looking not great. Damn. I'm telling you right now, if we won this coin flip, we would have won this, but I mean, that's not saying much. Look at this hand. This hand is fabulous. For our purposes, anyway. But we'll see. I don't think we're winning this one. This is unfortunate. I'm not going to scoop just because we're in Platinum. But this guy opened, like, I don't know how... Kashtira players are on another level of insane. They always open either Kashtira Fenrir or they always open Unicorn. Like, I don't know how they do it. They always open those two. Can somebody tell me how? Because I don't know. I don't know how they always do it. It's actually kind of incredible. It's almost guaranteed. That's the sick part about it. It's like guaranteed. One card's limited to one, the other one is semi-limited, and they always open one of those two. We've had them play. We've played against 60 card decks, and they've still opened that stuff. It's like, it's unreal. But again, like I said, I think if we had gone first, this would have been it, because we have Judgment, Warning, and we have Barrier Statue. Plus, they have a bunch of level 7 monsters that have to special summon themselves, so he wouldn't have been able to do anything. And now he's got like Fenrir and all this other stuff, and now I don't think I can really do anything, because he's gonna just make an Arise Heart. Arise Heart doesn't really hurt us other than the quick effect Banish. The other effect of Arise Heart doesn't really matter to us, but the quick effect Banish actually does have a negative impact on us. We'll see what we can do. I'm gonna look at this. That's not bad, actually. Honestly, I don't want to activate any monster effects right now. I think we just activate... I think we activate the... We just wait for them to summon... I think we just Torrential them. Does Necro Valley hurt them more than it hurts? I don't want to activate any monster effects. I think we just try to Torrential them, honestly. I think we just set 4 pass, or activate this, set 3 pass. I think that's the play. I think that's the play. Honestly, I think that's the play. I think we just set and pass, because if we do anything else, cards get banished, then he does stuff. I think we just do this. Now, the only annoying part about this deck is that this guy's protected, right? Yeah, this guy is protected. Each time a card, your possession is banished. No, somewhere on here. If this card would be destroyed, detach 1 material from this card. He has 1 material. I think we just pass. I honestly think we just pass and hope that he just does something stupid, like summon a monster. I think this is our best bet. I think we just pass on what we've got and hope we can kind of intelligently play through the rest. I can't even put a Barrier Statue on board, because if I put a Barrier Statue on board, then here, right here, you can special summon. With this destroy, negate and destroy the card. This would negate and destroy him. But the problem is he can protect himself, and I don't know if he's going to summon other stuff. So, honestly, I think we, next turn, maybe, yeah, next turn we just Solemn Warning this. So right now we let him summon this, and then we activate Torrential on summon. So this guy hits the board, and then we activate Torrential. This guy will protect himself, but he's got 1 material left. We don't want to do that. So it'll destroy everything on board. This will protect itself, but everything else will, or should be destroyed. Perfect. And Necro Valley prevents all of these guys from coming back. Harpies Feather Duster is something I can't allow right now. I have to Solemn Judgment. I can't give up these two. This is our only defense right now, because if he does this, we just lose next turn, and he has no material. I think we have an opportunity to really win this duel, so I can't allow this to happen. I think we Solemn Judgment this. We have to, because right now all of his stuff in graveyard is trapped there, and we can't allow this to happen. This has 0 material, so if we Solemn Warning it, he just loses. So if he passes here, wonderful. Wonderful. Alright, so let's see if he summons with Kashtira Ogre of our own. Something else. So he's going to activate this effect. He has no materials left. You don't have to detach for this, right? During each standby phase, you just special summon, no detach required. He has no protection left. We Solemn Warning this. and he has no protection left on it. We do have very low life points, which is scary, but he can't protect this card any longer. It gets destroyed. Wonderful. And now we summon Kashtira Ogre, followed by Barrier Statue, and we have quite a lockdown right now. Summon Barrier Statue, summon Kashtira Ogre, go to battle phase. Wow, wow, wow. What a situation. Okay, now we attack directly, activate this effect. He knows what it does. I know he knows what it does. You think it hurts more because he knows what it does? Oh, he could definitely draw the Ash. He could definitely draw that Shifter. He could definitely draw that Ash. He can't draw that. And we know what we have to banish here. Probably XYAB or this. Yeah, XYAB's gone. But he can draw all of those hand traps. I don't give a shit about those hand traps right now. He can draw every one of those hand traps. We attack with the Barrier Statue. The deck is full of high-level monsters. He's drawing all hand traps. And we'll see how this goes. This is incredible. This is actually incredible. I thought we were 100% cooked. I thought we were cooked. There was not a shot in hell we were winning. I thought we were cooked. But here we are. Fighting like three dogs. This sucks. We'll see what he's got, but that sucks. That could spell doom for us. I don't know what he's got. He can Kashtira Unicorn's pretty good. That will also mix the deck, which is really annoying. That will also mix the deck. The mixing the deck part is probably the scariest part of all of that. We'll activate the Ogre, and our life points are really low. I think that is another scary aspect. Preparations, tier limit Kashtira. Okay, I think that will allow him to trigger, but our extra deck I don't think it's really helpful in this game right now. I think we banish. Preparations is actually kind of scary. Special summon a Kashtira that's banished. And then tier limit Kashtira. I actually care more about the preparations right now. I think we can banish that. And it's a 1 of 2. So I'd rather him do. He can look at our extra deck. That's fine. Our extra deck it's important. Most people look at the extra deck and don't even know what to banish anyway. They won't even know. Yeah, Avermac. I wasn't going to summon that. Not under these circumstances. Now he's going to activate this. This is, of course, scary. This is a really close game. Like a really, really, really close game. He's going to summon another Kashtira monster. He's going to summon Ogre. Ogre's effects aren't even negated. Now he can Exceed summon. The thing is, though, I think he has to attack over the Barrier Statue. Big Eye wins him the game. Damn it. This was a really close one. Big Eye does win him the game. He can attack, right? Oh, this card cannot attack the turn this effect is activated. Actually, never mind. And Big Eye is permanent, too. That's the other annoying part about Big Eye. He can trigger this effect. Because now it's his monster, so he can trigger it. He can banish stuff off the top of the deck. But the good thing is we have Endymion. And Endymion is actually quite good. Because he'll be able to let us search, let us draw everything. He's going to banish Crackdown. It's a great banish, honestly. And we're going to draw Maxi, as we saw there. I'm not Ash Blossom, I mean. This is a really outrageously close game. It all comes down to what we draw off this Endymion. It all comes down to what we draw off of this. Crackdown would have done a lot. We'll activate the Magistus. And we have to go the Artemis route no matter what. We have to go this route. That's like, and he's going to activate. This is all fine, actually. He's just deck thinning for us. That's fine. Zorora, Memory we can't use Memory. It's a dead card. And Fiendish Chain. Fiendish Chain is pretty good. But again, none of those cards single-handedly really. Zorora is fine. Because we can just search for something else. None of those cards actually Ash Blossom. He drew. Oh yeah, I forgot he had the Ash Blossom. It's fine because we have the Ash Blossom of our own to put back. We gave him that Ash Blossom. That's the crazy part. This guy's kind of a maniac for having a unicorn and an imperm. What a guy. We'll activate. Like I said, Kashtira players are some of the luckiest humans on earth. They always have the right thing at the right time. We don't want to Ash our own card. Memories is not a card that's going to help us. Oof, what a duel. What a duel. What a duel. Unfortunately, this duel did not end with us winning, but this was a much closer duel than it should have been. If I wasn't playing against Kashtira, who are naturally like, they should be in casinos. They shouldn't be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! They should be in casinos. They should be anywhere where luck is affiliated because they never open poorly. if I was playing against a normal human being and not a Kashtira player, I think we could have actually won this duel, because that was very close. Like to have the right card at the right time at every moment was just insane. Imperm plus the other thing, he's going to try to activate this effect because he's gluttonous. He wants more. And since I don't want this to go through, I'm going to go out on my own terms. I'm going to activate the memories of an adversary. And the gluttony will be prevented. That is unreal. He really did actually get so lucky that duel. It was like he had Imperm plus the Unicorn. Like if he had any other combination of cards, it wouldn't have worked. What a crazy follow-up to have. And unfortunately, we did not get into Platinum 2. That would have gotten us there. That was the game that we needed. Okay, so we just won this coin flip. Let's see how it goes. This hand's not so great. This hand is definitely not so great. I don't even know what to do. I think we go run Ryu. Set this. Set this. Hope they're playing something where it matters. Do you even Moon Mirror Shield? I think we just use, again, Moon Mirror Shield I think is better as a follow-up, because then we can just summon Nefariousness if we stun their board. And this actually has an effect when it floats destroyed. You can target another monster, not run Ryu, but another monster. But I think we just set on this. We have two very subpar interruptions. And this is... Actually, we can actually do something. Wow, we actually have a target for the Cosmic. Yeah, this is not gonna... I don't think this is gonna work very well for us. We have two interruptions that may or may not work. We shall see. He's gonna summon the... This dude is a free summon, right? So they've got two free summons. Yeah, this guy's a Vulture. The Bloom Vulture is a free summon. This is... He didn't even normal summon yet. He's gonna go into the one that searches. Never mind, it's gonna be Raid Knight. This card, oof, okay, he's going to trigger that. I'm definitely going to Cyclone this now. And we're going to banish it before he can search a Raidraptor spell trap, so that's fine. We'll do that. Detaching material, special from your extra deck, a Phantom Knight, Raidraptor, Exceed monster. So he's going to activate this. I think I have to Forbidden Chalice, otherwise he ranks up into something very, very disgusting that I definitely can't out. So I'm going to go ahead and negate this. Again, very unfortunate situation for us, but this opening is not the one that we wanted. Sometimes you just get these weird bricks, but this is like a brick I can expect, like I can accept. It's a part of the game. It happens. Some bricks I can't accept. When you draw the same card that's a 1-0 5 games in a row, it's harder to accept, but this is definitely a little easier to accept. And he scoops anyway. Oh my god. What a breath of fresh. Oh my god, I'm relieved after that Kashtira game. We should have won, but we're playing. All right, so we got one legacy ticket and a Dissolver Rock. Very uncreative. And then we've got this. Okay, this is what our opponent's playing with the Kashtira. I forgot to look at it. It's about as meta of a Kashtira as you're ever going to get. I don't know how they do it. They always open perfectly. They always open Unicorn or Fenrir. And this guy was only playing 2 Imperms. This was the only out he had to us. It was the only out in the entire deck, and he drew it. He had 1 out. And what's crazy is he didn't draw it. He just had it. He just held it in hand. Why? Nobody knows. But he had Imperm, and he had 2 Imperms, and he happened to have the Unicorn outside of that. Literally, he could have drawn any other card, and it wouldn't have mattered. And this is what our opponent's playing with the Raidraptors. Honestly, it looks like, from what I can see, a pretty underwhelming build, because the ratios seem a little off. No Maxi, or Maxi's at 1. There's some Raidraptor cards I wouldn't personally play here, but okay, he delivered us a free win. All right, let's hop into the Master Pack area and grab another Master Pack. We got a potential holo. I don't want to commit to anything because neither will the game, so we'll see. Another Unchained Twin. Okay, that's good. That's another piece of that puzzle. Then we've got the Mechlord card I can't use. We've got Necrofusion. It fuses out of the graveyard. It could be usable for something. Fusion Summon by banishing monsters from the graveyard face down. It cannot attack this turn. It could be usable. What's this? Super Quantum monster card. Okay, I can't really use that. Toon Mass Sorcerer. I don't have Toon World. If Toon World on the field is destroyed, destroy this card. This card attack directly. If this card inflicts damage, draw a card. So what's cool about this is if it inflicts... Okay, so this is a little bit of an odd. Cannot attack the turn it's summoned. This card actually isn't like horrific. The interesting part about this card is if Toon World is destroyed, this card gets destroyed. We're not going to activate Toon World, so that doesn't matter. But if it attacks and inflicts damage, you draw a card. But at the same time, I think regular old Mass Sorcerer would have just been better for us than the Toon Mass Sorcerer. Knight End Sorcerer, which is another sorcerer. When this card is special summoned, you can target 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard, banish them. I don't know how I would special summon this, but that's not terrible. Wow, this is one of the best. Wow. I gotta go look at my cards now. You know what's good when you gotta look at your cards? Dogmatica, Punishment, and we have Ecclesia. That's the crazy part. We have Ecclesia. Now the problem is it's we don't have outrageous targets for this that I know of. I think I have to remember. It's like the Fossil Warriors. I gotta remember. There's a lot to remember. I don't think we have the right targets for this, but this is pretty crazy. We also have the Albaz monster. This is one of the best rares that you could possibly pull in this entire thing. At the very worst, you can target a card and just destroy it. So, amazing card. Let's see what the super is. Amphibious Train. 2 effect monsters. We can summon this, but we don't have the synergy to, like, do anything else with it. If a Link 3 or lower monster on the field is destroyed, most cards in your graveyard. If this card's destroyed, yeah, again, we don't really have, like, the Link. We don't have the synergy to make full use of this card, but it's a pretty good card. But Dogmatic Punishment is one of the best pulls we've had in a while. This is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 decent pulls out of this pack. This is a pretty good pack. This is a pretty good pack. We're really happy with it. Like, it honestly is a pretty damn good pack. Okay, so I made the promise that I wasn't going to change the deck until this episode was over, but I mean, I don't know what to even replace the Dogmatic Punishment for at this point. I think we definitely replace something because it does pop. That's pretty good. I mean, we definitely, I think, and we can Albulenitus. It triggers Albulenitus. I got to check what cards I have to send. That's the question. What cards do I even have to send that trigger an effect? I don't remember. I don't remember what I have. I gotta look. Albulenitus is definitely something we can trigger. I don't even know. I forgot I had this. There's probably some kind of card that can trigger from us sending it to the graveyard. I gotta look, though. The good thing is we do have some of these high-level, high-attack monsters like Firewall, Singularity. We have this dude right here, the Tri-Brigade dude. We have him. This card's sent to the graveyard. We can send a Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast from our extra deck to the graveyard. So we can send him and then send, like, Garura. So we can pop and then send Garura, but that doesn't help. It does fill up our graveyard, which is also pretty good for Bestials, etc. That's not bad. But what we would send is, I don't know what we would send. I'm kind of looking through it right now. This we can send, but we can't trigger its effect. This we can send, but we can't trigger its effect. Let me actually go to... Let me go to this. I'm going to go to just, like, Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, Link. We'll just go to those. Then we'll go look at all of them, and maybe we can come up with something. Even if I don't come up with something now, we can come up with something in the comments, maybe. This has a graveyard effect, but it protects Blue Eyes. It's irrelevant to us. These are super poly targets. This is irrelevant. We don't have Blue Eyes. These we can't use. The Viacroid dude we can't use. Odd Eyes Rune we can't use. I don't think we can use any of these. Okay, does this destroy any spell trap cards? No, it does not. This is not one of the ones that have a banishing effect. This is the one that attacks like 3 times, yeah. Doesn't help us. This we can't use. These we can't use. Unfortunate. Alright, so I don't think any of these we can actually use here. Coral Dragon, no. If it's... This Synchro Summon card is sent to the graveyard, so no, we can't use that. I forgot we had some of this. This we can use, I think. Banish this card, target 1 Rose Dragon or Dragon Synchro in your graveyard special summon. This card's pretty decent, but we're never going to have a Dragon Synchro monster in the graveyard, but that's just to keep in mind, right? Let's keep an open mind and see what we can do here. I don't think any of these are usable. Chidori, I don't think is usable. Crooked Cook, no. Unfortunately not. This is looking bleak. This is another card that we can send to the graveyard because it is a beast monster. And if this card's sent to the graveyard, it could target a Tri-Brigade spell trap card in your deck. Place 1 card from your hand to the bottom of the deck. Okay, so basically a Search Tri Brigade doesn't benefit us in any way, so that doesn't matter. And then let's see what else we've got here. Transcendosaurus. Does this by chance have some sort of nope destruction effect? There is eventually going to be something. The cool thing is, the other thing is we have these big 5,000 tech monsters. Also pretty good because we can destroy big monsters. And then, let's see. We'll keep sorting through this. Eventually we'll find something. Obviously we can use Brigand, but we've been very bad at pulling Tri-Brigades. Very bad. We actually haven't, like, we've pulled the high rarity monsters, but not the low rarity monsters. Like, we haven't pulled, like, Fractal. Like, it's actually kind of outrageous. I'm not going to click it now because then I won't be able to see all this other phenomenal stuff. But, yeah, I don't think we... Shberta, this is another good card, but we can't really do anything with that. Does the Magic-y card have any graveyard effect? No, I don't think it does. No, I don't think it does. Let's see. Trident Dragon. Dragion. And then these are rares and commons and stuff, so I highly doubt that they will have anything too usable. But I guess if somebody sees something, you guys can let me know, because this is... We've done this for too long now. So here you guys go. You guys can take a look through the rest. And if there's something in here that you see that I can use for Dogmatic Punishment, definitely a card that definitely opens up the ceiling of what can be done in our deck. It definitely does, because it's such a great card, but we just have to kind of look at everything. But I think that there's something that we could probably work out. But that's what we've got in our extra deck. Like I said, even at worst case scenario, I think what's cool about Dogmatic Punishment is we'll go to Sorted by New. With the worst case scenario, it just pops a monster that doesn't matter the attack on, and that's very good for Barrier Statue because it's just good. The trouble is I don't know what to replace because a lot of our cards have gotten a little tight. Memories is the card I would in theory replace, but the reason I play this is because the Labyrinth Archfiend searches it for free. That's the only reason I even play this card. And secondly, it's kind of decent with a Barrier Statue. Now, this card is objectively better than Memories of an Adversary. Like, in almost every single way, it's better. Like, even if you don't get any good secondary effects off of Dogmatic Punishment, I still think it's better than Memories. If you just get to pop a card, that's still better than this card. Because this has to wait till the battle phase, you know, etc. The other danger with the Dogmatic Punishment is it does lock you into the extra deck, so that's another concern. Because, yeah, technically we will we'll usually summon an extra deck monster and then never follow up with more extra deck monsters, but still it is a card that definitely opens up the playing field for us. Alright, unfortunately we just lost this coin flip when we drew Labyrinth Archfiend and Memories of an Adversary. Our opponent is probably playing a real deck. We have Cosmic Cyclone, he's playing Branded. Oof. Yeah, Branded is not an easy deck to go second against. It is not. Once they get that Mirror Jade on board, that banishes every single turn. We have no hand traps. Memories, Labyrinth Archfiend. Like, this is a very rough hand. We do have Cosmic. I don't know how much Cosmic really does in this matchup at all. I don't think it really helps anything. They're going to add Quem? No, they're not adding Quem. That's impossible. Yeah, there's Branded Fusions out here. We didn't draw the Ash. We do have Ash, but we didn't draw it. We draw it. We actually draw Ash like almost never. That's another card that we never see. It's like, I swear to you, you would never know I pulled it. The funny thing is, I don't know if our Ash has ever even been called by the grave. That's how little we draw our Ash. I don't think it's ever been called by the grave. And there's been plenty of opportunities, but it's like we seriously never see Ash Blossom. So they're going to fuse some cards, and they're going to make... long story short, they're going to end on a Mirror Jade. They're going to end on a Mirror Jade. They're going to take a different route than they did 9 months ago. And it's a different route than they took 16 months ago. But at the end of the day, they're going to end on a Mirror Jade and some kind of small trap cards. That's what's going to happen. Sanctifier, possibly. We'll see. I don't know. But the cool thing is we actually have Albaz Fusions in our deck. So I think one of the cool parts is if he attacks with the Mirror Jade and we steal it with Memories of an Adversary, we can actually activate it and banish his cards. I actually think that's pretty cool. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if we'll be able to do that, being that he's probably building one of the more disgusting boards. Again, pretty difficult. He's going to put the Branded card that allows him to summon or to draw every single time things are banished. Going to use this to fuse to make another monster here. He's already got a lot going on here, so we'll see. Hopefully it's not the guy who burns. Nope, it's Grandol Dragon. And we have Memories. Memories, again, is pretty... I honestly don't even think I want to commit a monster to the board. This is just like that duel against Kashtira. Like, it's probably smart to not even commit anything. He's going to go Bestial Magnemite. As much as I want to commit a monster to the board, it could be a little rough with this dude staring us down. But at the same time, if I don't commit a monster to the board, I just lose. This is Branded Regained. I have to banish. I must banish Branded Regained because it gives them essentially endless resources, and we will lose the resource game if I don't banish this. But it is 1,000 life points that I'm not looking forward to losing. Okay, so this is what they're ending on. They just drew a random card. This is doing nothing. This is doing nothing. This is doing nothing on the board. This is definitely doing something because it can quick effect summon something. If this card's normal summon, send in a Fallen of Albaz. If a card leaves the extra deck, target a Fallen of Albaz, summon it. Yeah, so Quem is annoying. And then this will allow him to set something. So this is definitely quite a board here. This is definitely quite a board. He's going to set Branded Banishment, which lets him fuse using graveyard effects, like using graveyard cards. And he's going to add another dragon, which is going to be Saronir. I would have added Druid Swarm, but maybe he doesn't have Druid Swarm, or maybe he just didn't add Druid Swarm. But I would have added Druid Swarm there. Solemn Warning is definitely not helping the situation. A little late to the party. Okay, so this is one of those weird duels where it's like you have to be extra careful. Yeah, because you can fuse with either board. You can fuse with either board, but the fortunate thing is we have some weird-ass cards right now. We have some weird-ass cards. I think we have to put things into play. I think we have to. We activate this, summon a Hata. I think that is something that is mandatory. We must do that. Unless he drew a Maxi, then this just sucks for us, but I think we have to do this. He's going to activate this to target a branded spell trap card, add it to hand. I don't know why this had to happen now, but alright, fine. Fair enough. Yeah, it's fine. He's going to add back Branded Fusion. Again, I don't know why that had to happen at that moment, but it did. Okay, go ahead, buddy. We'll summon this out onto the field. The Nahata. And he's going to activate this. Yep. Special summon. We'll trigger this, regain. We'll banish this if regain gets triggered for some reason. Because we did summon a monster, but does he have anything? He doesn't even leave any Bestials in the graveyard. Quadrilantis dude is annoying. He's another one that's tough to out. And then he's going to target to summon Cartesia. This is a game that... I'm going to banish that. This is a game that 100% I would have quit if I had been in an earlier rank. Like if I was in gold, I probably would have just quit and I wouldn't have even participated in this game because the likelihood of us winning is very, very unlikely. But I think because we are where we are, I think we owe it to ourselves to play this game through just in case. And sometimes we play it through and we win, but most of the time, obviously with a matchup like this, it's going to be very tough. He's going to activate Mirror Jade. He's going to be able to trigger stuff here. Then banish him. Yeah, it sucks for us. But it sucks. But there's nothing we can do. He is dumb, though, because he clogged up his board, so he can't even use half his cards. Like, he couldn't even use the effect of Quem to summon from graveyard. He can fusion summon now, but it was actually kind of dumb on his part. Like, I would have maybe, like, threatened battle phase or something like that, or threatened end phase, and have him trigger his Cartesia before I set these cards, but this guy is the type of guy to just go, okay, end phase is fine. Like, I can't even do any smart tricks. That is literally the worst card. That is the worst card for us that he could have possibly summoned, because we can't afford the life point payments right now. Times are tough. We can't afford this. Masquerade is too much. It really, the economy's in shambles. I can't afford to pay 600, especially when I have 2 cards on field that pay life points, and he's got a bunch of monsters that are 2,500. Actually, this is a horrific situation. And he's got Brand the Beast now. A lot of people cut that card. Yeah, this is horrific. We have to draw all the Bestial Saronir. Do I negate this? Do I save more by negating Bestial Saronir? Or do I wait for... Okay, Bestial Saronir. Do we negate Bestial Saronir? I think that's a great question. I think we just negate this. What is Bestial Saronir doing? Nothing. Let him negate. Let him summon the Bestial Saronir. Whatever. I'll just wait for him to summon something bigger. He's gonna tribute to pop a card. That's fine. Hopefully he pops the... Yeah, that actually worked out better for us than us judgmenting Solemn Warning. Using Solemn Warning on Bestial Sarnier. That literally just saved us 2,000 life points. Actually, 2,600 life points. But regardless, I think we lost here. There's nothing we can do. He's going to fusion summon. I'm trying to see mathematically if we can win. So, if he attacks me with this, we're even, right? We take no damage. He attacks 2,500, 2,500. Actually, never mind. That's all gone. The math is now scrambled. Predaplant, that's irrelevant because, again, it's actually... This is our target here for the memories. And then we're going to draw... We're going to summon the Archfiend, too. And Archfiend is a lot of defense. 28 defense. It's more defense than all of these guys have attack. So we're going to lose this dude. That's fine. I'm not going to do this now. That's fine. So now we're going to take some damage for sure. Perfect. He attacks with this dude next. We're going to activate Memories of the Adversary. That's fine. And this, in the next chain, that's fine. We'll take that damage, and now we get to summon the Labyrinth Archfiend in defense mode. That'll get banished. Actually, do I want to summon this? I don't think I have a choice. I think I have to summon this because otherwise we lose. I literally don't have a choice. We summon the Labyrinth Archfiend. We can't set anything, but we summon Labyrinth Archfiend. We're trying to fight it out. Like I said, had it been... If we were lower in rank, I would have just scooped here. But we're going to summon Labyrinth Archfiend. He has not a single monster that can get over it. Unfortunately, my monsters are getting popped. You can just fuse. Okay, so this duel's over. You can just fuse his board with our board, and then we just lose the duel here. So he's going to summon that. I guess he's going to choose not to fuse. Which is odd. Or maybe he doesn't have anything to fuse with. He's going to crash. Okay. Am I playing against a bot? This is the greatest bot of all time? What's going on here? Branded Fusion in main phase 2. All the zones clogged except the extra monster zone. What a choice. Alright, he's going to send those two again. What a choice. What a weird situation. Another Albion. Probably going to summon another Mirror Jade. Alright, he's going to banish those two. Summon a second Mirror Jade. Yep. Sometimes these people baffle me. How do they even... How is this person even in Platinum? Like, dude, get out of Platinum. You have a serious, like a tier 2 deck. Like, get out of Platinum. He's going to trigger this. I don't even know why he banished it. It was pointless. The Springen's Iron Dash Dragon to add a kit. It's pretty cool. And then he's going to resolve his effect. I don't think there's anything that we can draw to win this duel. Solemn Judgment does not win us this duel. Unfortunately, we lose. There's nothing that I can possibly do here. We lose. You know, again, the only reason I even stayed is because that was our rank up game, and we did not end up winning it. All right, here we go. We just got another game here. We just won the coin flip. The hand's not looking too bad. Unfortunately, we did not draw what we needed to draw. We did not draw any special summons. He's going to max CS anyway, so I guess it's good that we didn't draw the special summons. It's actually a phenomenal thing that we didn't draw the special summons. So I guess we just have to draw some interruptions. That would be our best bet because I'm not committing anything else to the board. We'll equip Artemis, the Moon Maiden, and we'll do our usual tricks here. So we'll do this. See if he has an Ash. If he has an Ash, it's fine because, again, he's wasting an Ash. I'll take that. Yeah, waste an Ash. Again, if he has a one-card combo, we're cooked. But if he doesn't, we have some interruptions. We have Forbidden Chalice. We have Forbidden Chalice and Crackdown. So we still have some interruptions. We'll activate the Destroy. We'll see if he has... I don't know what he's got. He's already used 2 hand traps. Maybe a Droll? Imperm? Nefariousness changes a lot. I don't even know what to put back. I think we just put back Purple Poison. Yeah, I think we put back Purple Poison. We hope that we survive this turn with his extreme... I can't summon this because we got max seed. I cannot afford to give this guy any advantage whatsoever because he's already wasted 2 hand traps. So we'll just set pass, and hopefully that's good enough. I should have set this way over here, but it's fine. Hopefully these carry us across the finish line. We do have some decent stuff here. We have Steal His Monster, and we have Forbidden Chalice. Unfortunately, this card does not negate, but Crackdown's pretty cool. He's going to set an end phase. Okay. Set and end phase is fine. I think in his turn, we're going to Tiamaton, just in case. That way, if he has Max C, we split it over 2 turns. So we'll summon this here. Yeah, we'll split the Max C over 2 turns if he's got it. We'll close off this column. We actually have the potential to close off his link zones. Moon Mirror Shield's pretty cool. We'll Inherent Special Summon this card out before he can do anything else. And I think we just activate Endymion. Target a card from our extra deck. And we will target this to get ourselves some extra damage. I think we just enter the battle phase here before we do anything else. Yeah, I think we just enter the battle phase. We just attack with what we've got. Quite a bit of damage, honestly. So we do quite a bit of damage. He did hand trap us a couple of times, but it's fine. I don't know what else he's got. It could be Max C, it could be Imperm, I don't know. But we do still have 2 interruptions. 2 pretty excellent interruptions. Main phase 2, 2200 damage. Activate, destroy, Iowas. And draw Inari Fire. Inari Fire can get us to yet another... We can get end on 2 Exceed monsters. We can get on Time Thief plus the other dude. I think that's pretty good. So we'll put back the Moon Mirror Shield. Yeah, I think Time Thief plus the other dude is pretty good. Plus 2 interruptions. That's not bad. So I think we'll end on that. We'll go Photon Galaxy Man. If this guy gets stopped, it's fine. So we'll go Photon Galaxy Man right here. We'll activate Photon Galaxy Man. Detaching Nefarious. I shouldn't have detached him because he's annoying in the graveyard during the end phase, but it's fine. We'll add Eternal Galaxy to hand, yes. And then we'll also special summon. Yeah, I think that Time Thief is probably the best here. So we'll go Time Thief plus Photon Galaxy Man. Solid. Photon plus... Yeah, I think this is pretty solid. Time Thief Redoer. We know what he does and what he brings. And then we'll set this. And we'll put Chaining on and we'll pass. And hopefully this is good enough. End phase, we don't want to activate this. We probably should have put Time Thief somewhere else. But that doesn't really matter because this is an Imperm. It's still going to stop this crackdown regardless. Multiple effects. Your opponent drew. We'll activate the Galaxy right now to upgrade this guy. So if he has hand traps, we can now play around them. Maxi. This guy is like Mr. Maxi over here. I can't do anything about that. He's Mr. Maxi. He's gonna draw 1, which I guess is fine. But we are gonna get a monster negate out of it. So it's not the end of the world. I'll take a monster negate. I will definitely take a monster negate for a Maxi. And then we'll activate immediately the Galaxy Eyes to search. Hopefully he ashes this. If he has it, I don't really care. So I could just search next turn anyway. Add to hand, yes. Now we put Chaining on auto. And we can have Time Thief do his thing now. Because we will not be special summoning anymore. So we'll activate Time Thief. But we have 2 interruptions. So he has another... This is like Mr. Hand Trap over here. It's like hand trap, hand trap, hand trap. Hand trap. We don't know anything about him. Probably a hand trap. Probably an Imperm. We don't know anything about this guy. This is a dangerous situation. I wouldn't want to hang out with him. This guy's got nothing but hand traps. And he scoops. Mr. Hand Trap. That is the quintessential meta player. This guy, what a dangerous guy. 2 legacy tickets. Alright, let's see what Mr. Hand Trap was actually playing. Yubel. Oof. We dodged a bullet. We definitely dodged a bullet. Oof. Look at this deck. Look at this. Yuck. I don't even want to look at this deck. It disgusts me. Ew. Look at this deck. We dodged a real bullet. Alright, so let's go open another master pack. Come on, guys. Something. Not a random level monster that's a UR, please, but... We did pull some decent stuff. Dogmatic Punishment is decent, but it's actually, now that I think about, the extra deck restriction, it's debatable. Super Heavy Samurai Blowtorch. Inishi. Magician's Defense, I don't think. If you control a spellcaster, any damage is halved. That's continuous. You cannot have the same damage twice. Okay, so if you have 2, it doesn't get half twice. If this card's sent to the grave from your field to the graveyard, target a spellcaster and graveyard special summon it. Do we have a way to trigger this in any way? I mean, yeah, we have like that. What's Forbidden Droplets? We have Forbidden Droplets. I mean, we have, do we have anything else to trigger this that sends cards from our side of the field to the graveyard? I have to think about this, but it actually seems like it could maybe be workable somehow. A Gishki card, I don't think I can use that. Magic Drain's interesting, but we don't use that. A Cubic, another Cubic card, but you know which Cubic card we need. You know which one we need. Earth Armor Magician, I don't think I can use this. And the last card is Snow Dust Giant. 2 level 4 water monsters. Detached Materia, Revealing number water monsters. Ice counters on the field. Okay, this is not good. No point for that. But yeah, this is actually kind of interesting if we had like a control spellcaster deck. This is another card that like Yugi probably used once in like one movie sometime. Probably like Dark Side of Dimensions. I can't remember exactly where, but Apple Magician Girl is here, so I imagine it's probably from Dark Side of Dimensions. Alright, so cool stuff there. Alright, we have another rank up game. We keep going back and forth and back and forth. I can't do this much longer. We've got very trap heavy hand. We're probably playing against, you know, Labyrinth, ew, but you know, we'll try our best. We'll just set Torrential. We set Adversary. We'll set Crackdown. And do we even summon the Snow if we have Torrential? Probably not. If they're playing Labyrinth, I'm already disgusted. 44 card Labyrinth. So we have Snow. Snow might be better on the follow-up. I don't think summoning Snow is going to do a damn thing for us. It's not going to do anything for us. So unfortunately, we did not draw anything usable here. Like I said, we have Torrential, so there's no point to set Snow or summon Snow. It's just why I have it there. Yeah, I just crack down. We have decent stuff. We got to hope. Oof, what is this? Never mind. He's playing something I didn't expect. He's playing, so he normal summoned this. And he's going to summon this. During your main phase, if you normal summon Winged Beast, you're going to reveal this card in your hand immediately. Okay, so I think Torrential is pretty decent here. Torrential is pretty decent. I think that Destructive Durama Cannon is even more decent here, because if he summons some big unaffected bird, we literally have the out, which is phenomenal. So I actually think we do Torrential this before he gets any further. But honestly, if he gets, what's the next card? It's usually the bird that lets them search. That's the next thing that they summon. But I don't want them to whip out some new shit and then I don't know what it does. This is usually the next card that they summon. I would rather them summon it and then I destroy it with Torrential. I think that's probably the better deal. We let him do this stuff, and then we do that. During the main phase card, normal summon, you can send a Raidraptor card. Yeah, maybe I should have just Torrentialed it while I had the chance, but it's fine. I think we just wait till he summons a little more, and then we Torrential that. During the main phase card in the graveyard, sent there this turn, you can banish this card, add one Raidraptor. Yeah, maybe I should have. I guess we'll let him commit a little more to the board, and then we'll Torrential them. But I think our back row is actually pretty decent for dealing with this deck. We just have to play it out right. He's going to summon this dude. Hopefully he summons this dude now. That's the one that I think he can reveal and then summon. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So he's going to summon that, and then he's going to summon probably another one. And then one Raidraptor. Okay, that's wonderful, actually. So now on summon, we Torrential for 4. Even better. Thank God I waited. So we're going to Torrential for 4. We'll see if he activates anything. He doesn't seem to be. And Torrential for 4 is pretty good. And then he's going to do this. Add a Fuzzy Lanius, which is a card he's already got. He's triggering one into another. He already normal summoned. He already special summoned. We just have to draw something usable here. Please, something usable. Something usable. Moonmere Shield. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. We'll go Snow. We'll go Snow. We'll see if he has a Maxi or something. Please waste the Maxi. Please waste the Maxi. No, he doesn't. So now we just go to battle phase and we attack directly. Moonmere, we just save for the follow-up of any kind. I don't know what else he's got, but our hand, again, is pretty... Our stuff's pretty good. Our stuff's pretty good even for the follow-up. We made a great play so far. Our follow-ups are pretty good. Our spell trap cards are pretty good. Destruction Duramacan is pretty good. Crackdown's pretty good. Adversary's pretty good. I don't want to use this too quick and then lose. Crackdown's really good. So activate this. Target Raidraptor, special summon, then defense. That's a really good effect, actually. So he's going to summon that without even wasting a normal summon. That's great recursion, actually. Yeah, I have nothing I can really do about that. That's phenomenal recursion, actually. He's going to summon this dude. That's his normal summon. I can actually Duramacan in the board right now, but then it's like, how do I out all of these monsters? I don't think I can. Yeah, I don't think I can, so it's fine. Duramacan actually plus Crackdown is a really sick combination of cards. Yeah, these two are a really sick combo because if he summons something really strong that we have a tough time outing, we can actually just grab it and then book it and then summon and then flip it back face up. So it's actually pretty good. He's going to send this dude because this dude summons when you detach. So it's going to detach from a material. Let's think on this. So this doesn't do anything on summon. If we book the field now, damn, if only we were still playing Raidraptors. How crazy would this be, right? If we were still playing Raidraptors, this would be like one of the most insane hits we would do. I think what we can do is we can crack down this, and then we can Durham with a board, and then he won't be able to search, and he won't be able to summon with Raider's Wing. So I think we crack down first to take this thing. He already normal summoned, yeah. Okay, so we're going to go crack down first and make sure we grab this. We'll do that. We'll start with that, and we'll see how this goes. And then we won't do Durham a Cannon, but we'll summon this here. And then now that it's on our field, we'll Durham a Cannon. And we'll book this, so now he doesn't have an Exceed monster. I don't think he has an Exceed monster that he can detach from because it's face down. Ideally he can't, and he's going to end phase. Wonderful. And now this is ours permanently to keep if we want it. Moonmere Shield, another one. Oof, another one. That is not the card you want to draw right now. Snow. Flip Snow, flip this. Literally, that is not the card you want to draw. How much defense does this thing have? How much defense is it? 2,000. Ew. Man, that's a lot of defense. I think we have to go Time Thief because this thing has so much defense. I would rather go Galaxy, but I think we have to go Time Thief. Oh my god, there's so much defense. I think we go and we summon it right here. We have to attack over his monster. Yeah, unfortunately we drew these Moonmere Shields. Like literally almost anything else and would have been better. It happens sometimes. Like you draw a Moonmere Shield, but you don't draw a Barrier Statue. It's like if we had drawn one Barrier Statue, one Moonmere Shield, we wouldn't even be having a conversation now. We would have already won this duel. So we'll go to battle phase. And we'll just attack over this. And yeah, that's fine. So we finally attacked over that, and now he can't do searches and stuff. I think we actually equip this with a Moonmere Shield. I think that's actually not a bad play. Because if he does summon some giant monster, it helps us. Hopefully we get a trap card off the top of his deck. And we do have another Moonmere Shield if we really need it, so no matter what. Actually, what I could have actually done just a second ago is I could have equipped the Moonmere Shield to the other card, and I would have attacked over his monster. I don't know why I didn't do that, and then I would have had Photon Man right now. I should have done that. Singing Lanius is a free special summon if there's an Exceed. Okay, so now he gets to do all this Raidraptor shit all over again. This time, I guess we just have to hope that he's not playing multiple copies of this Raidraptor 4-Strix. Yeah. We actually could have negated that, but he's probably got more normal summons. The deck is all normal summon. Like, it's all level 4, so it's not like he has any shortage of level 4s regardless. Yeah, I should have played that out a little differently. What I should have made was this dude. I should have made this Photon guy, equipped the Moonmere Shield, attacked over the 4-Strix, and then main phase 2 just, you know, searched and stuff. That's what I should have done, because now I put myself in a bad situation. So he's going to add a Photon card. Unfortunately, he plays 2 4-Strix. Most people don't play 2 4-Strix, but this guy does. They've cut it down to 1, and now he's going to add the Vulture and do all this. But like I said, I think he's already got stuff in hand. He's going to be able to summon Raider's Wing now. I don't think 1 negate would have really changed anything. But it would have been better than not having that 1 negate, right? And he's going to go, yeah, he already has this anyway. So this would have triggered no matter what. Control, yeah, he gets to summon this. So regardless of what happened, he still would have been able to summon. So he's going to summon Y-Strix now. And that's going to be able to allow him to continue to combo. He's going to summon this new guy, the Noir Lanius. Raiders Knight. This is unfortunate because now he can rank up into the really, really big monster. The XYZ Dragon. And then again, there's not much I can really do here. We do have the Memories of an Adversary, so at least we can go that route if we need to. He's going to go into Brave Street. He's going to be able to trigger this to set a rank-up card. It's probably going to be that yellow one. I forget which one. Oh, never mind. He's not going with the yellow one. He's going with this one, the red one. Usually they go into the yellow one and they rank this up into, like, something cool. He's going to rank up again. Get another rank-up spell. Again, this is one of the newer cards, the Brave Street. He's going to go with this rank-up card. This deck, the thing about Raidraptors that I kind of like is that they do still use the rank-up cards, unlike some of the other ones. So it is kind of nice to see that. He's going to go Arsenal Falcon, which searches any winged beast in the game. Level 4, special summon 1 level 4 from deck, which is again pretty good. This card you can even use in like Harpies and stuff. It's a really good card. You just summon any level 4 winged beast, no restriction on it, no its effects aren't negated, nothing like that. You just summon any level 4 winged beast. He's going to summon this Phallic Vulture, the Necro Vulture. He's going to add that back again. Unfortunately, I didn't get a trap card or a spell card. I just got a Singing Lanius. And he's going to trigger this effect, which I never have read because I've never used him in Raidraptors. He's going to summon the Ultimate Falcon. Which again is a pretty good card, but we do have an out to it. I mean, like, we have Moonmere Shield on board. It's pretty good. So even if he attacks us. So he's going to make us lose... What is it? 1,000. Also, your opponent can activate cards or effects. Like any cards or any of their effects. Okay, I mean... The good thing about Moonmere Shield is it's continuous. I'm not activating it. It's activating itself. I can't activate it. What is good is that he basically took our auto and turned it off. So I don't have to respond to anything anymore. But Moonmere Shield, again, I'm not activating that. He is. So that's at least fine. But if he ranks this up into something useful, we could just get cooked here. But Ultimate Falcon is definitely a very busted card. So he's going to summon the Rising Rebellion. This giant dude, unaffected by all their cards. Same thing. If this card's active, destroy as many cards as possible. Then if it has 3, inflict damage equal to the combined attack of the destroyed monsters. 24, and that is probably game. I can't even activate the Moonmere Shield. That is game. It's 53, 35. It's over. There's nothing I can do. He's probably going to combo off because these people are addicts. But never mind. He's actually just going to the end here. Yep. Unfortunately, this is we don't get into. We're very close. We're like one game away, and then we lose, and then we win, and then we lose, and then we win. It's actually kind of annoying. Maxi for clout. No reason. Ash Blossom is out Maxi. This guy's a comedian. Look at this guy. And, yeah, okay. Enough. Resolve it already. Alright, that's it. So, unfortunately, we lost that one. That was not our best showing there. Double... You know, if we drew the barrier statue as much as we drew the I don't know why we draw Moonmere Shield so much. That's it. I mean, I know we have it at 2, but there, I swear, it's a little odd, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. The cat's sad. I'm sad. It happens. Okay, we just won the coin flip. Full Cyber's Field. Definitely a pretty decent hand, actually. I wish we had this hand last turn. Last duel. Especially with the Necro Valley. That would have been disgusting. He's obviously got something in hand, which is really annoying. Because it will turn my great hand into a shitty hand very quickly. We're going to activate the Abyss Actor. We're going to special summon it. See if he has a response. If he does, we're cooked. He does not. And then we'll go here. And then we'll go into the Photon Galaxy package, which is one of the greatest contributions any subscriber has ever made to us. So we'll activate that. We'll detach the Dark Monster so that we have access to Bestial Magnamut. And he can Ash this. Unfortunately, I hope he doesn't. But he can Ash this. Thank God he doesn't. He could Ash or Imperm this. Eternal Galaxy. Yes. And now, the question is, do we Bestial Magnamut now or do we Bestial Magnamut later? Great question, and I don't know the answer to. Actually, no, we Bestial Magnamut now. We have no choice because we have Necro Valley. The second we have no choice. Yeah, we'd be absolutely moronic not to do this now. He has a response still, meaning he probably has an impermanent hand. We'd be absolutely moronic not to do this now because we have Necro Valley. We'll summon it in defense just in case he's playing some big OTK deck or stuff of some kind. So we'll activate Bestial Magnemite. And end phase we'll be able to search. We'll activate Necro Valley. And we'll set Chalice here. Eternal Galaxy here. Chaining on end phase. He's definitely got an impermanent hand, which is obviously very concerning. And we do have things lined up, so we have Iron Dragon Tiamaton live in every single column on the board. So we won't activate this now, but it is cool that we have that available. Every single column is basically it's a they can get lit up at any second in any one of these. This is as good as you know, and we can lock, actually we can lock this one too. If he's actually playing a Cybers deck, we can lock down this column, which is actually really scary for him. So we'll activate Eternal Galaxy. I guess we'll have to do some investigating. We'll see what deck he's playing. If he actually is playing a Link deck, based on his field, it looks like he's playing a Link deck. If he is actually playing a Link deck, we can definitely put him at a very, very big disadvantage right now if we go into that. So now we'll activate his effect to search. And if he imperms it, he imperms it. That'd be a very smart imperm, honestly. I still don't know what he's got. To hand, yes. Again, we want to see what he's playing, but I think if it is a Link deck, because he's got a lot of interesting stuff here, we'll turn the chaining back on auto. If he is playing like Tri-Brigade, he does have a Link, a Cybers field. If he is playing some kind of a Link deck, this could be the end of this game. Tier limits. That's not what you want to see. But it's fine. Actually, we have Necro Valley. That is what you want to see. That is what you want to see. I'll see that. Yeah, by all means, I'll see that. Havness, and then he's going to send that to Graveyard. Trigger it. Please trigger it. I'd love to see him trigger it. Please trigger it. Let's see this. Never mind, it's not going to trigger it. Okay, he's going to go with that effect. That's fine. Scream. Perlino. That's fine. Okay, well, actually opened quite well, honestly. He opened quite well, all things considered. Reinhardt. That's fine. By all means, Reinhardt under Necro Valley is a Luber. Nobody saw that coming. We are definitely going to negate that. I don't want to play into triple tactics. I don't want to play into triple tactics. I don't want to play into triple tactics unless I need to. So I think we have to Forbidden Chalice. And then we'll Forbidden Chalice, and then since we're using... Oof, thank God. Thank God. Man, this is what I'm talking about. We win one, we lose one. We win one, we lose one. And these are real meta decks, but sometimes we just open horse shit, and it happens. 1 Legacy ticket, and then a Mechanical Snail, or Spike Snail, and Steel Scorpion. I mean, literally, look at this. Look at this. It's like 1 win, 1 loss. So we won 3 in a row. I mean, lose, win, lose, win, lose, win. And it's like, dude, I'm so close to getting to Platinum 2, but it's like lose, win, lose, win, lose, win. And some of these games, you watch them, we're like 400 life points away. They're like really close duels, but now we're 1 game away, again, from getting the Platinum 2, the highest we've ever gotten to. And it's very hard to get past there, honestly. Okay, let's open up a Master Pack, the final Master Pack of the episode that's been going on for quite some time. I don't know what the runtime is, I didn't check, but this is a pretty long episode from what I can imagine. I don't know how long it is, but I haven't edited it yet. Gaia, Night Polar, I don't think. Orthos, DD Orthos, X Saber, branded opening, another copy. It's limited to 2. Another copy of Analyzer, I'll take this. I'll also take this. I mean, maybe we eventually have a branded deck, but Analyzer, I'll definitely take a second copy of that. Scrap Factory, not really usable. Morphtronic Stapling, another copy of this, and then another copy of this. Like, look at these repeats. It's actually kind of outrageous. It really is. 1 new card and 7 old cards. Okay, let's open up these legacy tickets. We have less legacy tickets this episode because we're no longer in gold, so the games take longer, the duels take longer, and, you know, we're not going to get as many. So, DD Destroyer, when this card is banished, target when face a monster you control is destroy that target. Okay, it's not actually terrible. Boomerang, what is it, a warrior? Earth Warrior? Honestly, not too terrible. Cyclone Boomerang, I don't even know how many copies of that card we have, but it's got to be a lot. I feel like we pull it every other episode. A Big Jaws, end of the battle phase. If this card attacks, banish it. That is just a restriction, nothing else. Sword Hunter, I think Joey used that card like 1 time, a long, long time ago, against Duke Devlin, and then never used it again. A Grave, Oja. Super rare is Terabyte. Almost got a royal. Once per turn, detach one material. Target level 4. Your opponent controls, gain control of it until the end phase. That is a lot of defense for a level 3 monster. This looks like a meta bot, if anybody remembers that show from back in the day. I always open these things on my main account. The stuff I pull is insane. Panther Shark, Overlay Capture, more stuff we already have. Yeah, the stuff I pull on my main account is absolutely insane. And then I get on here and I just pull stuff I've never heard of for a very good reason. Elder, Hero Flash. The stuff in the Legacy tickets, man. Got Turn Toad, not really usable. Pendulum Shift, can't really do anything with that. Yeah, there's some weird stuff. We tried the Pendulum deck once. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. It's just I don't think it's getting us past where this deck has gotten us, but it's not terrible. Moja is another card. It's just like okay. And then we've got Past Image. I think this card looks cool, but looking cool and being cool is two very different things, unfortunately. Alright, let's see what this is. We've got Painful Return. Your opponent chooses one monster in the graveyard during the end phase. Add that monster to your hand. One monster in your grave. So I guess our opponent gets to give us a card back. Ocean Keeper. This is just do piercing, and it's level 3. And then it can add a Cranium Fish or a Thousand Eye Jellyfish. I don't know if I have those, but I probably do, but I don't want to add those. This card's pretty bad. Let's see what else we've got here. We don't have a lot of packs left. We'd like to make an impactful one. I think this is just one of those like flip monsters. Free the Matchless General lets you add a warrior instead of drawing. Negate any spell card that targets this card. Cool card for like old formats, but I don't think it's usable for us. The Butter Spy. This one just like battle damage. Regenerating zombie. I can't send from hand to graveyard, but an opponent's card effect, return it. We're not playing against the Delinquent Duo. I don't think it's going to be usable. Alright, we got 2 packs that hopefully have something cool. Something cool. Like I said, I'll open 3 Legacy tickets on my main account. I swear to you, I'll get it like a barrier statue. Wingbeat of Giant Dragon, Cross Debug. Can't really do anything with either of those. It's the last pack of the episode. Please, something usable. Chopman, Desperate Outlaw, and Zambira the Dark. Why was this pack low? No explanation. Unfortunate on these pulls, but you know, we've been playing hard, and I think we did pull some interesting stuff overall. Alright, one thing that somebody was asking me to look at was my Dragoonity cards, which I will do. I will look at my Dragoonity cards. This is what I have for Dragoonities. I've been pulling a Dragoonity pretty much every single episode since the beginning. This is what I've got. I've got 4 different synchros. So we've got Whirlwind, we've got Sanitus, Legionnaire, this guy, Trident, Romulus, Romulus. We've got multiple copies of him. Glow, this card, Javelin. I know some of these, but not all of these. Some of these I have played. We're missing a lot also. We don't have any of the high rarity. We have Barcha, and we have this guy, and Lewin. Now again, we are missing a lot. If you go to... I don't even know why I did that. If you go to Dragoonity, take off the filter, we're missing like the good ones. So like Arma, which is like a dragon. What is it called? Basically summons it's like a dragon lord. It just summons itself back pretty easily. This guy's really good. We're missing, this is the monster negate guy. We're missing him. We're missing the most important one, which is Gay Durg. He's probably the best Dragoonity ever. We're missing him, but we're missing a lot of stuff. We're missing this guy. We're missing the equip spell. That's you special summon. Or equip, one dragon from the deck. So we're missing that equip monster. We're missing a few. I'd say this guy right here, the best equip you could possibly equip, the Phalanx. We're missing quite a few cards that would make it a lot more playable, but we're pretty close. Like, we have a lot of random commons and stuff, but I think the problem is we're missing a lot of the high rarity stuff. Or Remus we're missing. Romulus and Remus we're missing. Actually, Romulus we have. Remus we're missing. He's very important. He gets you Dragon's Ravine, but we don't have Dragon's Ravine anyway, but yeah, Dragon's Ravine is a really important card for the deck. It lets you search or send, which are both important. So yeah, we have the low rarity stuff, but we're missing a lot of the high rarity stuff for the person who has been asking about this.
La 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 la